Oh shit! Damn, you guys beat me. I was going back to see if it was still going on over there. I was going to try to drop a link real quick, but we're going to go ahead and drop this one right here in case anybody wants to come and hang out. I need to figure out how to pin it up there too, so that let's see. I don't know. I need to learn how to use this thing. I beat you. That's like that. Got two. So I guess I do need to start like sharing these things, but I keep on doing it kind of like this, where it's just like spur of the moment, just like, all right, I'm just going to go ahead and fire this thing up. I don't really even have any time to let anybody know, and then I get caught up in just bullshitting, and I should probably send it out to some people on Instagram. It worked for 30 minutes, and then about 20-minute drive home. And we may be here. Never know. Can't believe Eric beat you, Benjamin. Figured you were waiting on it. Click refresh, refresh, refresh. No. Oh, that's what she said. What's up, Todd? Yeah. We're just here bullshitting. Kurt Woods' show just ended. He's got a couple things to do and got to run to the store and get himself some more beer, I think, and he may end up hopping back over here. There's Benjamin. Let him in. Oh, it sucked. That sucks. Damn, my touchpad, man.
What have you done? What have you broken now? How's your day been, man?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Didn't feel so good this morning, but I started feeling better in the afternoon, so I'm good now.
Fuck, it's been a shit day here, man. I tell you.
Yeah. Hell yeah, I love Nier.
Oh, man.
Nier does swing so good.
Fucking storm here, man.
I got Nier right here.
Look at this fucking horrible shit out here. Look at this. There's fucking clouds out here. Look at this. Fucking horrible. Freezing fucking cold.
Is that messing with your internet? All those clouds?
Nah, it's just cold and shitty and fucking generally fucking crap. So I stayed in bed most of the day. My heat pump just... I didn't get up too long ago, so...
Okay. See, I got up this morning and I kind of rewatched that show from last night.
Did you?
Yeah, and I skipped around and stuff. I was just I honestly I forgot which snakes I fed and stuff, and I kind of used that to go back and figure out which ones I ate and things.
Yeah.
But I noticed that it seemed like I don't know, something about the way, I don't know if I was just lagging or what, but like when I showed the one pistol revolver and you were like, yeah, I know, but what caliber is it? You know, what caliber is it? And I kept saying over and over, and I'm like, why does he keep asking me what caliber it is? And I said it like 4 times, and then when I rewatched it, I noticed that you were just like, hey, I know, I can see that, but what caliber is it? You know, and then it took me like 2 or 3 minutes, and then I just kept saying over and over, it's a 357. It's a, yeah. So something happened, and I never knew that it was going like that. And shit, we ran for like an hour.
It happens.
So it was going for like an hour, and I was about 2 minutes off and never knew it. You two were synchronized, but I was way out. It was weird.
Is that what was going on? I was like,
Yeah,
fuck
so I
is
apologize for that. I woke up this morning and I watched it and saw that, and I was going to send you a message, but and then I realized what time it was, and it was probably early in the morning or middle of the night for you. So I didn't want to send a message and maybe wake you up if your phone dings or something.
Thanks, Dan. I'll see you in the morning.
But yeah, that sucked, man. My audio and video or something was way off from there somehow.
Well, it's working good tonight anyway. I'm here and you can hear me. I can hear you.
Okay, cool. And now that you know that that might happen next time, if it gets like that again, maybe let me know and we'll try to fix it.
I didn't know either, Mika. Like I had no idea.
That's why I didn't understand. I was like, man, is my internet cutting out every time I say this? Why does he keep on asking me? I've told him 3 times.
You know, I'm not deaf or stupid. I just literally could not hear what you were saying.
Yeah, well, that's what I said. That it wasn't actually matched up. So you actually asked it like 3 or 4 times before I ever even answered it the first time.
Sorry about that.
Oh no, that's fine. It's my internet or something. That's the problem.
Well, no, it's not just your internet. It's me. I've got like it's not a speech impediment. I've got Tourette, like a mild form of Tourette's. Sometimes people have to say things to me 3-4 times before I actually fucking hear them. Like my brain doesn't fucking okay. Like it's called cognitive dissonance. That's what it's called.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got diagnosed with it when I was young. It's like ADHD, but it's a bit different. It just means my
damn, it's hot in here.
Respond isn't as good as most other people. So some people think that I'm a bit stupid or that I might be a bit fucking slow, but that's not it at all. Nah, I'm just
sure don't seem that way to me.
Yeah. I struggle, mate, especially in conversations backwards and forwards. Like I struggle, man. Fuck. I think Ryan struggles to read. Actually, like there's a couple of us. It's not a big deal, eh?
Oh shit! Nobody's perfect. I was just I was talking to my wife a little bit about that yesterday. Like there's nobody out there that's perfect, no matter what anybody thinks or something. We all have something. You got allergies, or a food allergy, or allergies to dogs or cats or plants. Like I'm allergic to poison ivy really bad, and some people can't eat peanuts or shellfish or gluten, or just there's tons of different shit. Some people, somebody's got an extra toe, or no toenails, or born with no fucking hair, or your hair falls out, and just so many things that we're not made perfect.
It's funny you mentioned poison ivy, because I remember back to when I was about 11 or 12, I got in a fight with a neighborhood bully in my neighborhood. Like he was the biggest kid in the whole neighborhood, and he used to go around beating all the other kids up.
He's fucking bigger than you.
It was my turn. He came to beat me up, and we were fighting in this creek. And I don't know why I saw it, and I thought of it, and I did it before I even realised what I grabbed some stinging needles and I wrapped it around his neck. And his whole fucking neck swelled up, and he couldn't breathe, and he had to go to hospital and have a tracheotomy.
Oh man,
that was fucking bullshit. Fucking ambulance came, and they had to fucking carry him out of the creek, and fuck, embarrassing, man.
He was fucked right there on the spot, huh? He never even got out of the creek.
Yeah. Within about 10, 15 seconds of the stinging needle being wrapped around his neck, he was, I can't breathe. Fuck. Oh, man, that sucked that day. But, I mean, that's stupid things that I do without thinking. Like, it didn't occur to me that he might be allergic. Well, you know, that stinging needles could stop him from breathing, you know, like.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
didn't
what we know. You know, or like there was it's crazy, you know, which I mean, this is more actually violence, but there was a case, I think it was in California, maybe a decade ago now, but it was just like a soccer game, and you know, the referee, you know, called threw a flag or whatever, and the guy got upset and punched the referee in the face one time, and well, the referee went home and died that night. You know, he fucking killed him just by punching him in the face once. You know, freak shit happens.
We passed a law in New Zealand called the Coward's Punch Law, which is basically a law that means it's murder if you come up to somebody and they're not looking and cold clock them on the street, like, because it happens all the time here. The surveillance cameras catches it, and people will be standing there talking, and someone will come up from behind and just bang right on the back of the head, one punch, kill the person just go down, hit their head on the concrete or something, dead. You know, they now class that as murder here, not manslaughter. They passed the same law in Australia as well. It's called the Coward's Punch Law.
Well, yeah, you shouldn't be walking up punching people in the fucking head like that.
My older sister did it to her ex-boyfriend. She snuck up behind him on the street and hit him over the head with a bottle.
Mm.
She went to prison for that, my older sister.
Wow.
Crazy bitch, eh? Like, ex-boyfriend, you'd think, you know, she'd have some compassion for the guy, but she just wanted to break bottles over his head.
Yeah. Well, did she do that on the street and get caught on camera?
Yeah, she did it in the main street of fucking Masterton in the middle of town. Oh. Yeah, everyone saw it.
Why wouldn't you do that in the house? You know,
I don't.
Where it's not being recorded. So do you guys have as many cameras on the streets? Like, you know, I see in Australia on the TV shows and stuff, they've got cameras fucking everywhere watching you.
They do. They have fucking cameras everywhere here in New Zealand, all the way up and down the main streets of every town now. Like, and the police station is set up like a fucking CIA fucking covert base with fucking TV screens all over the wall, and they have people sitting there watching all the screens. Anything kicks off, they call, and the cars just like that. Because we've got, like, here in Wanganui, we've got 4 or 5 really brutal gangs that live here. Hell's Angels live here. We've got...
Well, that's what you said. It's like a fucking gang paradise or something, it sounds like.
It's New Zealand. Yeah, fuck yeah. Mexican cartels have got their eye on New Zealand. They see it as the golden goose. The Sinaloa cartels try to fill New Zealand with cocaine. Fucking P, which is methamphetamine. Like, we cannot get enough methamphetamine in New Zealand. Like, it's like people put it on their breakfast cereal like sugar.
Yeah, it's almost like that here too.
Before they go to work.
What I understand is that the price has just been like slashed in half in the last few years, or maybe even more now. I don't know. I haven't talked to anyone in a long time that does that shit. But I know like 3 or 4 years ago, somebody was like, oh, hey, you know, and they were talking about it. And I was like, nah, I'm not interested. You know, I don't fuck with them like that. And
I don't fuck with it. I do like to be aware of it, to know about it, to be informed. Hello, Sharon.
Hello, Benji.
Yeah, he was telling me. He was like, it's so cheap. And I was like, what do you mean it's cheap? And he told me, and I was like, wow, that is cheap. And I can see how, you know, that could become a real problem really fast, because it was like crack cheap, you know, you could get a blast, you know, and actually get a big bag for like $40, you know, or I mean, enough to party on.
Money to be made, eh?
Yeah, it was crazy.
everybody can see the money and they go, yeah, and then they like get
Fucking-
into it, and then they're like, no, oh fuck yeah, can't win.
Yeah, it's just poison.
Well, yeah, it is. That's why I only smoke a bit of weed, you know. That's it
Yep.
for me. I'll smoke a bit of weed and that's it.
About to right now.
If I could smoke hash, I would, but I just can't get it. Like here in New Zealand, hash isn't a thing like it is in Afghanistan and
Yeah.
Europe. Europe gets all the hash. New Zealand, we just get homegrown bushweed. Bit of indoor starting to come through now, but it's pretty pathetic. Hey, there's no dispensaries here. We can't just go down the corner and buy a bit of weed at the dispensary.
Yeah, it's nice that we can do that now. Yeah, and
You
I've got
can
all
have
the
it
stuff to
delivered
make
your
the hash.
door.
You got all the stuff to what?
Delivered to the
in-
door.
In Canada, it's legal that you can order it online and stuff, and they'll send you, like a half pound to your house. And legally, totally legal, because you're buying it from either the government or a government approved place. Yeah, I saw that. You can just go online and on their big website, and shop from dozens or whatever of different types and pick out what you want and pay for it, and then a couple days later, or maybe overnight if you pay for the shipping, I guess. They just knock on the door. Here you go, Benjamin.
Yeah, here in New Zealand, they intercept it in the mail.
Yeah, hash is hard to find here too. It's all different kinds of concentrates, but a regular like a bubble hash or something like that it's hard to get.
Oh, okay. I would have thought it would have been getting a bit easier for you guys, but
I mean,
yeah,
it's not extremely difficult, but as far as like the concentrates are concerned, like you'll find like butter, batter, shatter, all kinds of other things, and maybe like 9 or 10 different types, and and then one hash. Like some dispensaries you may not even get an actual regular hash.
Yeah, in Europe, and if you go to like Denmark, Copenhagen, Germany, they have all, like, you walk into the coffee store and it's like a lolly shop. They've got hash blocks, all different flavors.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Ah!
But yeah, they have another thing too. It's called live rosin. Where it was, I think that's what it is, and they take like fresh frozen plants and stuff, and then they make hash with it, make a really clean bubble hash, and then they'll take that and put it in a rosin press and use heat and pressure to squeeze it out and concentrates it kind of even further.
Do you smoke, Sherry, or have you got any vices, Sherry?
Any vices? Actually, I was able to get the
Come on. What is it?
cannabis.
Damn, for a minute. She's on
I was able
camera.
to get it before it was legal.
Do you like a smoke?
No.
No, not really.
The thing
don't
is that
You
when
don't
I'm
smoke?
when I'm really hurting, it helps.
Oh, so you use the stuff that rub on oils, or
No.
What
No
do you do?
rub-ons.
tell us, Sherry. What do you do?
Hold on a sec. Dorothy found a good place that has tea with it.
Tea?
Tea.
Cannabis tea?
Yeah, I have a coffee. Hold on, let me go grab something. I need a drink anyway. I'll be right back.
Is that that?
Cannabis tea?
Cannabis infused tea. Yep.
I drink
So-
tea, but I drink like normal tea.
Yeah, but we get the cannabis infused, and that helps. Where did it go? There you go. Doing anything in your. Oh, I have a whole bunch of these too. Andy, yay!
The raw sugar.
Yeah, we have. I started out with this. And,
Oh, like a vape pen. Oh, gotcha.
yeah, it has. What's it? Blueberry stuff. It's supposed to.
Cheery the hipster.
She is very generous, Monroe. She shared one with me. Did she? Yeah.
I think
Monroe
this is
shared what with you? One of her.
Springy.
Oh, she brought a springy to you.
She left it in my shoe.
Lisa's gonna feed
Oh,
this
shit.
rat.
The cat left one. Monroe decided to
There you go.
take her spring, and she put that in David's shoe. So of course he puts his foot in, and it's like, she gave me a present again.
I think Kurtwood said something about coming back
shit.
on in a minute.
What?
What?
What do you see? What do you see? Yeah, it's my gecko cage clean.
Oh,
What are you doing, Sherry? Are you talking to a third party on your computer?
I have a roommate here
Ah, so
who's talking to us.
I'm sure I can hear somebody else talking.
Good work, Monroe. Here, ready? Ready?
yeah.
Good girl. Ready?
Oh,
You should see her blow up for that.
oh, okay. Instant high.
Nice.
Tea. Oh my
That's
god.
coffee.
That is good.
Yeah,
That's
I'm trying to get it to focus.
What is it? Is that a coffee? Mocha.
Yeah, it's mocha cappuccino, 50 milligram THC.
Ah,
Yeah, it's like an instant cappuccino powder with THC in it.
oh man, these guys think of everything.
Yeah, the local oh, I'm sorry. Here, let me get off solo. The local dispensary here has like sodas, ice cream, pizza, all kinds of shit.
Sodas.
Sounds like
I mean-
heaven. Sounds like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. Everything's made of weed.
It's almost like that. It's wild. There's so many candies and throat lozenges and tinctures and oils and rubs and it's just tons and tons of stuff. Never ending. They put it in shampoo and conditioner. They've been doing that shit for a long time though. The hemp seed oil. I remember when I was like 10 or 11 years old, my aunt had some of that hemp seed oil shampoo, and I was like, "Oh wow, that has to be illegal. Where'd you get that?" Walmart. Oh yeah, is that the new one?
That's the new little cage, and yeah, I'm not good on dimensions.
Are you gonna risk your finger and pull them out?
So
I can't see it because of the.
yeah,
glare off the computer screen. Your computer screen's got too much glare on the glass.
hi.
What is it?
Oh, you're facing towards us, so you can have a good bite if we try to take you out. Good baby. Good Tonka.
What is it? A what?
Okay, Gecko.
Okay. It's a Tokay. I
I
named.
can't see it.
Where is it?
I just got
There, you
screen.
might be able to see. Nope, the vines are in the way, and it's. Ah,
Nah, computer screen just shows up in the glass.
yeah.
Hey, Lika, are you going to do a couple of feedings,
Let's
or
see.
what? Have you figured out which snakes are hungry yet?
Hey, Tonka. Coming out, sweetie. Let's see if I can.
Throw those fucking rats in those snakes. Oh, yeah, Sherry doesn't like live feedings. That's right. I remember now. I don't even know if I like live feedings, to be honest. But it depends how they're done.
No, we've gone in there a little further.
My cup of
It's
tea is almost ready.
It's an 8x8x8. So it's big. It's small, but Amos is like,
Pulling a big old pound out. Oh yeah.
Snakes, eh?
Yeah.
probably
Yeah, we'll feed them in a little bit. I was gonna wait a little bit and see if Kurtwood was gonna make it back on first because he's into that stuff.
Yeah, it's good. I was wondering about that too. Like, how long does it take Paul to drive to the fucking liquor store and back? Where are you, Paul?
He said that the
Thank
one
you.
store was about 15 minutes away, and he had a phone call to make. So
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
it hasn't even been 30 minutes yet.
He is. He's talking to Derek. Now, Derek sounds like he's a very good friend of Kurt's. To ring them up like that each night. They must be good buddies.
this is my other drug.
Lemons, you love lemons?
Oh gods, yes.
Lemons are good. I love lemon cake, lemon blueberry cake,
Oh, I cut these open and
or
Like
lemon.
go direct to them. It's good.
lemon
Show you how
drink
I cut them.
with honey, lemon and honey.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, and the
No
tea.
honey.
That's why I was stretching
Oh, right
out.
on, Eric.
It's in my tea, but
That's cool. Eric's gonna listen while he does it. Oh
Okay,
shit!
cool.
He got the gloves out. Try.
Yeah, bro, I got a big bag out of my shed, so every night I go out there and I fucking smack the shit out of it.
how's your
Helps
foot,
me
Ben?
sleep.
Yeah, I haven't. I didn't ask him about it last night. How's that foot doing?
Slowly healing, but it's right on the outside of my fucking foot, so I can't wear any shoes.
Ouch.
Yeah, it looks like it would be pretty tough to try to keep from kind of busting it open and hurting it all the time. Tape.
Oh, wrapping thing. Yeah.
Big bandages, so I'll take
Yeah,
my
it's
wrist.
one of those nice tight bandages. Whoever made
Yeah,
up that
I'll
idea
take
for those
my wrist.
things is really smart because the way you just
mean-
roll it and it wraps into the folds and such and holds, it's great. That's one of the best things for working with animals, believe me. Made it so much easier than trying to put on just regular wrap.
Oh, Here we go.
I'm getting,
Oh,
I'm getting
Yeah.
Kurtwood is
shit.
back.
I dropped my phone. My bad.
In the house.
You forward to.
this one.
Why you You're flickering, Liquor.
I'm flickering.
Yeah, it was just flickering for a second there.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I should probably go on my laptop.
You guys see flickering on my video on my screen?
Who you got in here? You got Eric, KC,
Woo!
Mrs. Lecca. Wow. You in here support?
And the
She in here supporting this guy? What in the hell?
Great stuff.
Hell yeah. What's the deal, y'all?
Idolatry.
Hey, Derek.
Oh snap! There's Derek.
Is your twin brother in there?
Hey, that's my brother from another.
You see the name?
Hell yeah.
You see the name right there, don't you?
Shit.
Yeah. That's a perfect
What you got? What you got? Hold on, I got it. Oh, what you got, Kurtwood? What? Man, it's small on his goddamn phone.
86.
86. You 11 years later, bro. You ain't no OG. You ain't no OG.
What, did you put
I'm OG in the
your
game.
birth year on there or something?
Shit.
Yeah.
Hold on. I gotta go. You know what? I gotta go over here.
Oh,
I gotta turn this light on. I gotta go on this laptop,
Benji
man.
count about.
I can't stand not seeing the chat.
yeah.
Kills me, man.
Oh yeah, I need to start bringing it up again more. Screwing. Oh, hold up. Here we go.
Oh, wow. Your little friend is
He's hiding.
nice. Hiding.
He bringing up that bullshit.
Reach in there with your finger and loop it around his tail and drag him out of there.
You are crazy.
Uh,
You're actually gonna.
I'll hop off here. I'll be right back on, though.
All right, man.
Oh, yeah, you're getting a.
Yeah. Ooh, look at that.
That's a bad boy right
Who
there.
ready to tag you?
Hell yeah. That's cool, man. Thanks for coming on and showing that.
Hey, Monroe.
Hell yeah.
Did you bring your toy over here?
Cage is sweet. You want to go ahead and show that logo on the cage real quick?
Shoo-shoo.
I'll show it. Hold
Drop
on, let's see.
Ready?
Drop your-
Ready?
Show off your sponsor.
Ready. You didn't go after it.
That's right.
Okay.
Silly kitty.
You guys can go and get one like that yourself from Joe Shaloner. Venom proof cages. Those are cool, man. Those are
Yeah.
nice. Those visions are too. Yeah,
Yeah.
Derek's got
I
nice
got
shit.
one right here.
Is that an empty one?
Yeah, I had one of my snakes pass.
Oh,
Which
damn.
one?
I gotta get
That's right. I heard
my
that.
Amazon tree boa.
Oh,
That's
Yes, I gotta.
that
So,
sucks.
so I'm gonna save this cage until I decide to get something different. That's the collection in here, though.
I mean,
Pac-Man, you know.
Yeah, that's cool. Uh-oh.
I got like 5 gray hairs now.
only
You-
5?
Keep fucking with me. We're gonna have 12 next time.
Okay, hey.
Hey, I got lots.
All right.
So. Nothing to me, 5 gray hair. Look at all these suckers.
He said he got that Kurtwood 76.
He said in some states it's my
Curry,
birthday.
86, fool.
You
He's
cutting
waiting.
up. You cutting up.
Yeah, it's about to be
Yeah.
KNC's birthday, y'all.
Oh, yeah?
Oh,
What's
well,
up,
happy
KNC?
birthday early,
He's
KNC.
waiting on midnight. He's on the West Coast.
Oh, you on the West Coast? Oh, so it's already his birthday like 24 minutes ago here. Happy
Yep.
birthday, homeboy.
Happy
we're
birthday.
celebrating his birthday right here. Gonna feed some snakes for you. Should we do that now or wait or
What's
what?
up?
Shit. Do what you gotta do, bro. Let's see this.
It's your show, brother.
Hey, you got any female breeders you want to sell?
Huh?
You got any female breeders you're trying to get rid of?
I don't have any female breeders at all.
Damn.
I just have baby snakes, man. I've only been doing it a few months. And I bought a small one.
Man.
August 3rd.
Dude, you know it's crazy as shit, dude. But like, you remind me, like, I mean, like, not in a fucking sappy kind of way, but like, you remind me of one of my uncles that passed. Like, it's so fucking twisted, dude. It's so twisted. Every time I see you, I see my uncle. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah. Well, hopefully he wasn't that weird uncle that touched you or nothing like that, and he was cool, and it's a good thing.
No, he was a good uncle. He was a good uncle.
All right, let me get this chair out of the way.
Yeah, the lady went to bed.
I have to do that sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
So you have any idea what you're going to put in that new cage? What the fuck did he just say?
Green tree python.
Oh, well, Chondro, huh? GTP. That's cool.
Yeah,
She said,
I'm putting money
Mrs.
back
Lecca
in I
said,
get
what
back.
the fuck did he just say?
Yeah, but who was it? Who said
Huh?
what?
Who's she
Never
talking
mind.
about?
I'm trying to figure out who said what.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
saying who the fuck.
I was trying to figure out who said what, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, probably because he said,
Oh, I see.
oh, no.
She's
She said,
ready.
went too far with the creepy uncle. No. No, it's all good. She's like, wait, Lecca, you better keep your shit together.
Woo! Trying to
Oh,
get me.
She says, "Hey, I know what's over there."
shit. I see that rat over there in the fucking shadow. I had this happen today. Motherfucker was focused on me.
Yeah, it happens pretty often, but they get it figured out if the rat will stay active enough and move, maybe. I might just drop a new one on and then pull it out. I think I will.
Mrs. Lecca said you about to get your ass lit up.
Pretty darn close. She's looking happy enough to chomp you. You
Oh,
put
there
in
we go.
another.
You put in another?
Oh, it's a nice straight down. Oh, sniff
yeah.
the snake.
No. Oh, that's it. It's done. It's over. You got to get that other one out of there.
Lights,
Yeah, well.
camera, action.
Let's see.
Man, that other one's like shit, man. That could have been me. That could have been me, bro.
It's about to be.
Hey, that other rat like, oh, thank you.
He said,
Pretty much, Derek.
thank you for
My
taking one for the
animals.
team. Hey, what's that other one you got over there?
Hmm?
What's that other one you got next to my animal house?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the Granddaddy Herp one. Okay, that's what AJ was showing earlier.
Oh, yeah, I have the same ones.
That's a badass little sticker right there,
And
man.
here's my Kurtwood sticker. Y'all like
Well, that's
that?
not. No, that's
yeah, I
not
don't
it.
have one. Yeah, I don't have one. They could
What?
be.
You don't have one? Did I send you one? I swear I sent you.
No, I didn't even. I meant to go hit you up and give you my address, but I never did. So it's my
Oh,
fault.
fucking hit me up, dude. I got you, bro. I got you for sure.
All right,
He
let's
said,
see.
he said, there's my Kurtwood sticker. It was a blank. What a dick. Yeah, send me your address on IG, bro. I'll definitely send them out to you.
Check before I hit it.
You want a magnet? I'll send you a
I
magnet.
don't know if I have any from here.
Yeah, we might be able to.
Oh, you just want stickers? What do you want, Lekka?
What's that? I'm sorry.
I say you want just stickers, or you want a magnet?
Oh, yeah, magnets are cool too.
All right, because I got. Well, I mean, you're feeding over here, so I can't really show you, but like, you take it. You can take your pick.
Maybe. Sleep well. You too.
Damn it.
Did it again?
What are you doing over here, Lekka?
I'm trying to work with this thing. I got a wire and I got a cart with the laptop and all that shit. Can you see?
Toffino that has actually been what? Didn't I hear somebody say something today that it's been proven that it's the same as a Candino?
Yeah. Which I knew basically. Or you know, kind of assumed.
Right?
I figured.
See, that's what makes that whole fucking genetic process that they're doing right now a total fucking, you know, I mean, it's a game changer, man. It's a game changer all the way around because, like, now you can't charge me something that's the same as this motherfucker that's $400 less.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which luckily, like Toffino and toffee and candy are essentially the same price. You know, because I think people already basically knew for the last few years or whatever. God dang it, I cannot get this thing.
Oh, well, and that's probably why. That's probably why it's the same, you know. Mrs. Lekka said magnets. All right.
There you go.
That one's good.
I don't know. Send me your KC or K and C rather.
Yeah, let's see if I can try to get some of the
Send
color.
me yours. Send me yours in the DM. I'll let you know.
Yeah, it's kind of bright. Okay. Oh shit! I got the top of it.
Look at, hey, look at. He's showing out. He's showing out.
Cool.
Oh hell! You
Right.
got the magnet. That's cool, man. That's nice.
Right. So hey, since you over there doing your thing, Mrs. Lekka, which one do you want? Do you want the one, this one, or do you want this one? I actually have two different magnets.
Oh, black and white background.
Yep.
That's not it.
You know, I had to cut up, you know, show my boys stuff in the line.
Oh damn. The white background. All right, boom. All right, so I'm gonna send you. This is you right here. I'll just drop it in an envelope. That one, and that one. I'll send you the trio.
You know, I'm still flexing though. I still got to
God
flex.
damn. This guy wants me to send a. Oh, you still flexing? He says I'm still flexing. I can't stand you.
Oh yeah.
I gotta take a picture over there. I got you, KC.
You got this one yet?
Hey, Leica.
Yeah.
See that? Bam!
Yeah.
That's the shit.
Hell yeah! I'm trying to give me one.
Yeah. Just send me that. Right? Send me that ASAP, bro. I got you.
All right, cool. Let's go ahead and get some more feeding in. Let's see, this one I'll probably have to. Right there.
Yeah,
Can you see?
man. I had my mic muted because I was eating.
Bam. Drop out those envelopes. Envelopes. Over here.
All right, man. Well, I'm gonna get ready to do some work in my reptile room. I just wanted to come show Lekka some love, man.
Hell yeah.
All right, man. I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, he shows everybody love. You got to show him love back.
Yeah, that's right. That's why I hopped in, man.
Don't be a hater.
I'm here. I'm about to shoot some shorts with my copperhead. I'm pretty excited.
Cool.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I'll holler at y'all.
All right,
All right, man.
Boom. Then there was 3. There was 3.
And there was 3.
Uh-oh. Man, what happened? It just, hold on. It ain't going to be 3 for long.
I got
Hey, yeah. Another
Oh, shit.
Kurtwood deal.
Oh, that ain't Kurtwood. That's Kurtwood when he had hair. Shit. I got
Yeah.
Had hair.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, Sherry. Hey, Sherry. Don't start your shit up there in Canada.
Oh, Mrs. Ledka's going to kill you on that one.
Well, you're up there in Canada talking crap.
No, she's not from.
What I miss?
What did you miss? You
Yeah.
saying that Mrs. Ledka's going to kill you with that Canadian bit.
Oh yeah. Well, you know, them people from Canada. Gotta go. Okay.
So, what? Let's go do something. What was I gonna do?
Oh,
That
Oh,
was-
I heard that. I heard that.
That squeaked real quick. That was fast.
I'm gonna do
Good,
this
as
tomorrow.
long as they go
Starting to-
fast.
I'm gonna do this stuff tomorrow.
Not coming off real good. So what? No, what a perfect shed.
Boom. What's that? Is that a male or a female?
Lady,
Huh?
I only have 3 males and 20 or 21 females.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and all these ones that we've shown right now, that one that I showed earlier, it was a boy. And then I've got another male over here. Oh, well, you can't even see because I'm up above you, damn
What
it.
was that? What was that pie you just showed?
Just plain, just a regular pied. That's all. All my pieds are just regular visual. No,
No hats.
no, nothing extra, and no hits. They're all visual. But yeah, no, they're not hit for anything else. I'm planning on pairing them to this ODYB possible NC double het clown pied to hopefully get some visual pieds, 50% clown, and then I'm going to breed him also to my clown girls, and then hopefully get some visuals there, and hopefully maybe get some with some ringers and some markers for the pieds.
Mm-hmm.
And then breed them back together, and then so hopefully the second breeding I might be able to get some actual clown pieds, and then they'll also have orange dream, yellow belly, possible supers, maybe Inchy. And then my clown girls,
I got it, bro.
my clown girls have Orange Dream and Banana. Let's see. Okay, try to go up a little bit. Second shelf. Oh, are you gonna be?
Opened a drawer.
Yeah.
Have you ever opened a drawer and the snake's not there, and then you're like, oh no?
No, not yet. That would mean somebody else came and opened it up and took it out or something.
Okay,
Yeah.
so there's no way they can ever escape on their own.
No, not unless you left it cracked enough for them to kind of, push around and get out or something like that. But yeah, other than that, it's basically escape proof as long as you keep it closed. That's why I
How
like
does the air-
the air, the ventilation.
Yeah, they have little air vents, do they? Oh,
Here,
it's
can you see?
Yeah, they have
okay.
little receptors across here.
Yeah, there's it's full of hole, or it's about 25% ventilation on these. So it's a big grid of holes that goes about 25% of the depth of
So
the tub.
rat building's just as big an industry as the snakes
Kurt,
themselves, and then you've got the rodents. That's another whole industry on its own.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this girl might be ready. Don't worry about putting this in there because this camera's hot, and that's what they're seeing is just a big old hot camera right off the bat.
No, don't ever been in a pet shop ever?
Ooh,
What's that?
damn!
I don't even,
I just
I don't
blinked
even
my
know.
eyes and went like, oh shit!
Yeah, same.
Yeah, man. At least that was fast. It's just no big deal, right? It's just gonna.
Yeah. This one is albino lesser. Actually, I have more of that than any other.
See,
type. I
I'd
have
be
four of the same
on
thing.
the head, but that's just me.
Let's see if I can.
This one was ready.
Do you get a
I
stronger
don't know if
feeling
I can
response
get a good
when
picture
they're
or
right?
not.
Where's
Can you see
Derek?
her? A little bit.
Derek in the background.
Here's a
Dang.
question for you, Keith. Do you get a stronger feeding response when they're live?
Yeah.
Nothing. Dang.
Look, me and Derek were just talking about on my subs. My subs were up at, even Derek seen it. It was like 876, and I even looked
Yeah.
at it. It was 876. Now I look back at YouTube and seen it 866. What the hell? Like 10
So some
people
people-
just 10 people
Wow.
just dropped. That's crazy.
Wow.
That is crazy. How can you go up 10 within the last couple hours and then drop 10 that quick?
Yeah.
Maybe it was a particular video or something that turned some people off, or I don't know. Like, you just don't know.
Nah,
Anything
you ain't.
would.
Well, that's
You
cool.
reckon it's an algorithm or something?
I got that yesterday for David got it for my anniversary.
Oh,
Alright.
nice.
You know, yeah.
What is it there?
What is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh?
What?
Okay.
A
Gecko,
what?
gecko.
Yeah,
Okay,
well,
sorry.
I mean, I figured a gecko, but I just like what kind?
No. The actual name for the scientific name is gecko, gecko.
Oh, a
But
gecko,
it has a
gecko.
tendency of saying okay.
Oh,
Oh,
It's okay.
it's like,
Damn,
you
she's
okay.
gonna bite my camera.
Wow.
know your language, you like to
And Derek got
understand.
that for your anniversary?
David got it for me for our anniversary. Yep.
Oh,
Little
that's
token
nice.
gecko. Those are the one. Those are the ones most people don't want.
She don't want it.
Um,
She don't want it. She would have took it already.
It's just different.
Oh, it's
well,
looking at
maybe.
it was
Yeah,
like,
she did.
come back here.
You know, it's the first time she's ever had a hot webcam put in her face and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, she just didn't want no part of it with you holding it there.
Yeah. Yeah, that could have been it too.
Rat, man.
is that a
Zoomed in
blue-eyed?
on it.
No, that's not blue-eyed. Is that a Lori?
Kabam!
No, yeah,
It's a bell.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
a bell.
Mhm.
huh. I don't know what's going on. It's got a scratch on her head that was there when I opened the tub.
How much that substrain do you have? How to change that? You go through a lot of that stuff.
Not a whole lot. These snakes are pretty small, and they've basically grown up, you know, on this stuff in the last few months or whatever. So, but yeah, I honestly, I only need to change it, you know, about every month or so. I might have, you know, here. Let me put this back up here for a minute, so I can kind of get caught up on what's going on. Then we'll feed some more in a minute if you guys want. Just back over here.
Shit, I'm about to call it a night here in a minute.
Okay.
For some reason,
AMC is asking Mojave Lesser.
No, she is a
the wall.
super Mojave pastel, possible gold blush, and also possible red stripe. Pretty sure.
Okay, so she does have.
Pretty sure it's there, but you know, can't guarantee it or anything. But she looks a little different and has a different hue and stuff than some others I've seen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she was bred by Alessi Reptiles here in Oklahoma. We got them from Tim Bailey, I think. That's where he got the stock from.
Have you got any pictures of you with when you shaved your beard off?
Somewhere maybe. I don't shave it very often, but you know, when I do, I just let it grow back out usually right away. I shave about twice a year usually.
I have to have a look at a picture of you with no beard one day. I've got pictures of me with no hair, like skinhead. I think I showed you one.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Damn, I just realized I'm just sitting here on
You're on solo?
the screen. Yeah.
Hey, it was your channel. I was letting you do your thing.
No, hell no. I wasn't trying to do that.
So, where's Mrs. Lecca? Is she in the other room or is she at work?
Yeah, she's in the other room right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it has the pastel is washing out the head. I think that's why it doesn't have a dark head. But she came from a Mystic Potion bred to damn, what was it? I can't remember right now. But yeah, so I mean the only Bell complex genes that it could possibly be are Mojave and Mystic.
Mm-hmm.
There's no lesser or anything in her. I got lesser in my albinos. I have 4 albino lesser girls for my rail project.
Oh, yeah.
And 1 albino Mojave.
Nice.
And then the male for those I got a Cypress honey. So I use the honey gene in that one, which I haven't seen a whole lot of. And they'll possibly be Cypress.
So you got a lot of grow-ups, right?
Oh, well, yeah, that's everything is just hatchlings. Nothing born before 2020, I don't think.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, that's what a lot of mine is grow-ups. And you got to start somewhere.
Yeah, that's I was just like I said, I just started back in November, so it's been less than a year, and I bought basically as hatchlings. The biggest snake I think that I brought in was like 400 grams, and that's been a more recent one. So essentially everything was like around 200 grams usually or less when I bought it.
Right on.
My newest snake is only 66 grams. She was like fucking 13 days old or something when I picked her up.
Wow.
You did all this in a year.
Yeah.
What?
So,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, for somebody to sell a snake that fucking small though, too, that's crazy.
Yeah, and
I
I have pretty mixed feelings about that. I mean, luckily I breed my own rats and stuff, and I do live close to the facility in case I did have any issues and stuff. But I know for a fact if I lived in Florida or anywhere else, they would have shipped it to me, same time.
right.
Yeah,
It's just
Taking
crazy,
the mail.
dude. I mean, from to be that small, it's like, what if they? Did you even feed them once?
I believe she ate one time. She's got a lump in her belly, so I think she ate once.
Mhm.
Like in that time frame, it could have possibly been twice, but I'm thinking probably once because it took a week or so to shed, and then I got her like 1 week later, maybe 5, 6, 7
Right.
days later after the shed.
Right.
So
I mean,
she
because
probably
after they come out of the egg, I mean, this is my first year having a clutch, but like, it took about fucking good week and a half for them to shut out. And then I went a few times trying to feed them. They didn't want it, so I had to assist feed. So I'm hoping when I go to do it the next time, I don't have to do the assist feed. But I mean, if they don't want it, if they don't go to take it on their own, fuck it. Here we go. We're gonna do this again this week. You're gonna eat.
Yeah, and that's one thing I was almost worried about that one. I was like, damn, she's so small, and I do know she's only eaten once. It's like, fuck, I hope she's gonna eat for me, but she did the very first time I attempted, so that was good.
Right. Hell yeah.
But
I can eat
That's
the
what's up.
rats.
Someone mentioned
I'm
earlier talking about green eyes and snake and ball pythons, and I've got a clown that's got pretty green eyes. They're not like a solid super green, but you can see like real good green hue on them. So there may be something in some clowns, or it's orange dream also. So that might be part of it.
Yeah. But hey, man, I'm gonna jump off here.
All right, man.
My ass is about to fall out. So
Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for having me on earlier.
hell yeah, bro. Anytime, man. Anytime.
See you later,
It was good
Kurtwood.
to see you.
Yeah. We'll see you tomorrow
Oh
or something.
shit! All right. Oh, see, I was gonna sit here like I was on my channel and highlight your wife's comments, but I can't do that for some reason.
This one.
Yep, that one.
This is hers. This is what I was gonna ask her last night when I looked at my phone and got sidetracked. This is gonna be her snake, her first ball python, starting her project.
Yeah. You gonna do it early? Are you gonna do the live unboxing early?
Well, if I'm gonna do it live or whatever, it probably would be because I go and pick them up in the morning. 11 or 12 o'clock,
Right.
maybe noon.
All right, so that way I can try to tune in because I mean, Wednesday's my first day back to work, so
Okay. All right. Yeah.
I'll try.
I'll try to make it probably right around noon.
yeah. If not, I can always go back and watch it later. See what she picked up.
Yeah. Oh, it's fucking awesome. I'm so jealous.
Yeah.
It's awesome. And it sucked because she was buying two, the same thing, and she made the last payment on them, and then they emailed me back and they were like, oh, sorry, like one of them has like gone jaundice or something. She's like, it's weird. She's gone some weird yellow color. She's like, she still eats and everything. It just looks like crap because she's yellow. And she's like, and I'm worried. So I just, she's like, I'm going to refund your money on that one. And then if she gets better over the next few months and, doesn't display any signs of weirdness or anything and turns normal, then she's going to let us know and we might pick her up. But so it was unfortunate that she's only got one snake to start a project with, but she's going to make it happen.
Yeah. Hey, the market is full of snakes.
Not these kind.
No?
No, I
Oh,
think you'll
boy.
like it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll check it out. But hey, after
Yep.
you get done here, send me your address so that way tomorrow I can. And
Cool.
I'll try to get them out tomorrow or when I'm on my way to work on Wednesday.
All right, man. Sounds good.
All right.
Have a good one.
All right. Have a good one. Sherry, see you later. Benji. Hot knife, bro.
Later, bro.
Hot
Cheers.
knife life.
Hot knife life.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Have a good one.
Peace out.
He's a good bloke. Okay, what is he?
Yeah, I like him. I've liked him since the first time I talked to him. Even like just through the
Does-
chat before I ever saw his face and stuff.
Yeah, he's a friendly guy. Does a lot for the community. Him, Wolf, Chris, you know, Reptile
Justin.
Feedings, Ryan, yep, Justin, BPL, Jose. They're all lovely guys.
Trish.
Good people. Yeah, all the women have been
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Trish.
Justin's wife. Yeah.
Big shout out to her. She's awesome too, man. That's really cool. She's making the quilts and stuff.
Oh, those quilts are gorgeous. I wish I hadn't
Yeah.
been up to for the thing for it, but didn't get to it. So
He does sewing, English sewing and that, isn't it? Yeah,
Yeah, I believe so.
she's pretty cool, isn't she?
she is,
Yeah.
and I like that she doesn't take shit from anyone.
Yeah. Oh, there's,
Nor should she.
All right, Mrs. Ledka. She's a great woman.
yeah.
We have some great people and lots of
So-
women in our community, which other people don't have when it comes to reptiles. I don't know how we've got a lot.
Man. You should
Yeah,
see the
Trish.
guitar community, the guitar playing community. It's a sausage fest. It's just there's hardly any girls that play guitar. It's terrible.
Yeah, it's hard with an awful lot of things for women to get into sometimes
Yeah.
because
And then when they do, they get mobbed by 50,000 guys who are like, "Oh, a girl that plays guitar." You know, like
Yeah.
Yep.
Need to
They
figure
got
out.
with shit.
Alice, yeah, there's examples.
Hey,
Yeah,
Todd.
What's up, Todd? Cleaning cages,
Todd.
right on.
is that
Gotta do
Todd
chores.
Autry?
I gotta clean a bunch of these tubs in the next day or two. I gotta start on them for sure.
Hope you're
Luckily, I
good, Todd.
have some extras, and I can just kind of swap them out and then go wash them later whenever I feel like it. With my lazy
Look at
ass.
Todd's
You know?
like, look at Todd's Zoolander like profile picture. It's pretty cool, eh?
Todd's profile picture.
TODF. What does TODF mean?
Oh, sorry, he screwed up. It was TODD. Todd.
TODD. Now I was like, just punched him in the face. Yes, that's
Hon,
my
could you grab me a
that's
small
my
knife?
go-to My
That's,
God.
Cutting knife, not a butter.
solution.
my wife's kind of her go-to almost. I think she refrains, but most of the time. But that's the first thing that crosses her mind. I think.
I could hear rats before, like, oh, I can still hear rats squeaking in the background. Is that you, Lidka?
Possibly. It's not me.
Right there it was.
Oh, maybe it was Kurtwood, but I'm sure I could hear rats going.
Yeah.
Maybe it was Kurt. Somebody's
not-
house.
If it's intermittent, just every now and then, it's probably me. If it's something
Oh,
that's constant, I don't know what it is.
How many rats and mice have you got on site there?
County. Well, I have 30, around 35 adults
Ah, well, that's it. That'll make a lot of noise, wouldn't they?
Yeah, when they get going, they can, but they're actually pretty quiet right now for the most part. But yeah, once every 30 seconds or a minute, there's a little skirmish or something like that
Or a little
they make
discussion.
sound. Yeah, they're just discussing things and doing the
Cleanup or
hibbity
whatever they
dibbity.
So
they're constantly breeding.
They spend all night fucking and fighting, and that's about it.
That's about all they do. Yeah.
It's just like people.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. It's a fair amount of work, but I mean it's not an extreme amount of work, but it's a whole lot more work than going down and picking some up or having them shipped in or frozen thawed or something like that. So, but I have saved a ton of money. I've probably saved at least $1,000 on feeders alone by breeding my own. The cost difference from between buying food and bedding and stuff. Now, not if I consider the upfront cost of caging. That's pretty expensive, but if you're just talking about the rats alone and the food and stuff like that, and even if I factor in caging, I've probably still saved at least $300 or $400 at this point, and it's just going to continue to climb. But I've probably saved just in rat feeders alone probably over $1,000 in the last 6 or 7 months.
Wow.
To feed 20 plus snakes, at least once a week, sometimes twice. I tend to feed my females. I am trying to grow them up and pretty quickly and breed them. So when they'll eat, which is most of the time, most of them feed pretty good. I'll try to feed them about 6 times a month. So it's not always like twice a week all the time, but once or twice or 1 or 2 weeks out of the month, they'll get 2.
So you're doing this, you're setting this up. It's just going to be a business where you sell them.
Someday. It'll be several years because I plan on.
When you create something, are you like when I build a guitar, I don't want to sell it. I end up keeping it. Or I do a carving, I mean to sell it, but I don't.
Yeah, that's the plan, especially, with like the best ones and then, maybe I don't want to say undesirable, but, the stuff I wasn't wanting to make or planning on making and things, are the ones that get put on the market to other, for other people to buy. But yeah, I mostly want to make the things that I want. But to do that, it either costs a shitload of money or takes a really long time. I'm trying to go somewhere in the middle so it doesn't take forever, but I don't have, huge money. So I can't just go outright and buy what I want. Hopefully if everything goes right, I should be making some pretty cool stuff in only 4 or 5 years. But it's probably going to take more like that's if I'm lucky. That's if I'm really lucky, but within 7 or 8, 10 years, I should be making lots of really cool stuff and have a lot of shit to sell by then, because for the first several years, I'm going to be holding back almost everything, because I'm going to be making a bunch of possible hets with my clown pied project. So I'm going to have to hold back as many as I can to breed them all out and find out which ones actually got the gene passed on, because it's kind of hidden. You can't see them when they're heterozygous for a recessive trait.
What's a het?
A het is heterozygous. I don't know if you were big into biology. If so, you might know, but if not, most people don't, and that's fine.
It's a human biology, but
okay, it's it's a recessive trait. Let's see, it's like they have albinos in humans, obviously, but yeah, it's
like
human biology. Okay, yeah. If you look in the index or something, you might be able to find the word heterozygous and homozygous, and that might actually just like throw you out a straight definition that will give you a better explanation than I can just kind of rattling it off.
So there's a chapter 25 on human variations. Senses, hormones, water balance, primates.
And there are a lot of recessive traits in humans, but I don't know nearly as much about humans as I do reptiles as far as the
genetic
the
pedigrees, inherent, monogenic inheritance, polygenic inheritance. It is all here, kind of. I guess it's the same thing.
Okay, well, I think I want to say things like blue eyes is a recessive trait in human beings. So, like, both of your parents might have brown eyes, but you or one of your siblings might have blue eyes.
I've got one green, one blue.
Well, see, then both. Who knows what's happening exactly? But obviously, both of your parents are either they have the gene is either homozygous or heterozygous in both of your parents. So they both either display or carry the gene that creates blue eyes, and then when they procreate it, then the offspring, which is you, everything lined up, and the blue eye here traits, they may have gone like this, and you would have got brown eyes, but instead, they lined up.
It's funny you say that because my dad has dark brown eyes, my mum has blue eyes, my little sister has brown eyes and brown skin like my father, and I've got blue eyes like my mother.
Mm-hmm.
My little sister looks like my dad, and I look like my mum.
Okay, yeah, and see, like, and the dark eyes, brown or whatever, is like the dominant trait, and that's basically what everybody almost starts with. And if you happen to have the anomaly in that particular gene, and then it presents in both parents, if it's in both parents, and then it can present in the offspring. So let's see. Oh yeah, KNC is over here trying to help me.
KNC can or cannot carry a recessive trait like eyes of a human or the hair color of your mum's. Had 50% chance, so you have 50%. Het, blue eyes, blonde hair. Yeah, well, my hair's red actually. In the sun, it's bright red.
Here we go.
So I'm part Scottish, so that might explain the red hair. And my mum's Scandinavian, so that could be. I have my beard. When my beard grows, it grows red. I'm a ginger. Fuck! Damn it! I'm out of this ginger.
Yeah.
Ginger's fine. My brother never liked being a ginger.
He's a soulless beast.
If we wanted to really peeve him off, he was bothering me or something, I'd just call him the orangutan. Big.
No Chewbacca jokes, please.
Oh, he got mad at that one all the time, but
Chewbacca. Did you call him Chewbacca?
no, because Chewbacca didn't have red hair, mostly brown.
Oh, he was close enough to red.
But I remember one time I was.
Damn. He must have loved that old yellow rat snake, man.
Don't miss his ex, though.
Like, of all the things in his whole life that he could have posted up about missing, man, his beer and that yellow rat snake. That sucker must have meant a lot to him.
He doesn't miss his ex.
Rat snakes are pretty cool. I've never actually kept one. I've looked at a lot of them that I kind of wanted to and never did. I've caught several in the wild and kind of brought them in and kept them for a couple days, observed them and hung out and stuff, and then let them go. That's what I've done a lot with. I used to do that a lot with snakes and lizards and stuff. So I've housed a lot of species for a short period of time, but I wouldn't necessarily say that I've kept them.
You just kept them for a little bit.
Yeah.
You guys get to the gym? Ever work out in the gym?
I used to some when I was young, and I've done it off and on throughout the years here and there, a whole lot more off than on. And I kind of want to get back and do some, but I'm hurt. I've been hurt with this stupid fucking nerve pain in my back. So I can't even get started. It's like it seems like every time I want to, I'm like, man, I need to do something about it. And part of it, I guess, was because of this. And it's like I'm so tired of being hurt from doing nothing. And and it's like I guess I need to strengthen everything again and get back in shape to where hopefully this won't start happening as often.
Is that your sciatic nerve? You're talking about your sciatic nerve at the bottom of your back.
Yes, sir.
Right, okay. So I used to have the same problem. What sort of bed do you sleep on? Lead cup?
Yeah, we went over this one the other day. Well, no, I'm actually on one of those. It's a foam now, but
foam. Yeah, I sleep up. What have you got underneath your foam mattress?
There's just more foam. It's one of those new cheapy type mattress deals, You can buy a fucking king size for like $300, $400 or something.
Do you sleep on your side or on your back?
On my side and on my on my face and stuff, in the front. I don't sleep on my back as much. Yeah. It's actually probably my preferred way of falling asleep. It's my most comfortable position.
Really? Okay, because that could be part of the reason why your back's fucked up, man. Because
it probably is sinking down into the fucking bed.
Well, yeah, I mean, like I was having the same problem where I'd lie on my side and my back would my hip would sink into the bed and it'd pull my back out of line. And it's a fucking asshole. You can't walk. You can't hardly even bend over. Yeah.
Coming over tonight. No, I'm kidding. Are you drinking? No.
Yeah, now I sleep sitting up.
Eric.
I sleep face down every time I get drunk. Yeah, okay, yeah, I mean, that's dangerous in a way. I mean, kind of if you spew, that's good because you're not laying on your back. But it's bad if you got to play. It depends, like, what sort of bed you got. Fuck, I sleep in a 0G position, like it's like a cockpit of a Formula One car.
Yeah, I remember a couple nights ago we talked about this, and you showed me the bed and kind of the position he sleeps in.
You got to do it, when you're my size anyway. Otherwise, I just get that sciatica, man, and fuck, it's crippling, man. It fucking hurts, man.
It is basically it's so stupid that it hurts to do anything. It hurts all the time. It hurts to sit. It hurts to stand. It hurts to lay down. It hurts to walk. It definitely hurts if you try to twist or pick anything up.
Right, and I'm telling you, it comes down to your bed, man. Like, invest in a decent bed, like one of those beds that adjusts and goes up and down. And fuck you, your back.
We just got a pair of that last year.
Invest, man.
Both of our beds go up and down, whatever for each other.
How much did it cost?
Bunch.
For the two, I think 2,000.
Oh wow!
Was it worth it?
That's
Was it
fairly
worth it?
reasonable.
Oh,
It was
it's
worth it, eh?
beautiful. I mean,
I told you.
you go near the darn thing and you just want to flop on it. You know, it's
Yeah, I have a
that
feeling
good.
we're probably going to end up doing that
Yeah, it makes it
No
much
more
easier for
sore back.
David and myself because I kick and he kicks.
eventually. I mean, I was kind of hoping that, you know, if anything like that happened, we would be, you know, further up in the age. We're still fairly young.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like, oh my God, but we're both, you know, both of us have, she has pretty bad back and neck and spine problems.
Yep.
Yep,
And
you want
mine
to
is
one of
just
those big-
injuries that flare up. So mine is just basically sciatica that can flare up when I get inflammation and stuff, I guess.
Yeah. David had 2
I want
operations on his
to-
back.
invest in those big
Guys,
and twisty oil capsules.
Hey! Or- hey.
Ginger ran away.
It's like you're tropical.
How's it going?
You're drinking.
It's going good.
Cool.
Hey, Mrs.
So you
Lisa,
passed it. And,
I take
Another chair. We'll move this out.
on my back.
oh, codfish
Helps
oil.
my back.
Yeah.
I love you.
We love you too.
It's not
It's not the
codfish.
same.
It's got it's not codfish, but
It
it's
said cod oil on it somewhere.
not just normal fish oil. But it's got a lot of what do you call that?
Peptids?
Omega-3, and that omega-3 is a really good anti-inflammatory, man. I'm not shitting. It really helps. All the inflammation goes away.
I'm gonna try that. You know, that's something I can afford to go and try in the next day or two. You know, and get that going.
20 bucks. 20 bucks for
I've heard that a
200
long time ago about the omega-3 fatty acids and stuff that's in the fish
Yep.
oils.
Yep, those omega-3s, man. This shit here. And the thing is, these are coated in vanilla. So they're not real hard to swallow because they're coated in vanilla. They don't taste like shit.
That's nice.
Thank goodness. Then you have they taste like shit. Then you have the beaver butt stuff.
They don't. No, they taste like vanilla. So they're
Yeah,
real
that's
easy to
beaver
have.
butt stuff.
Real easy. So yeah, no,
She's
I can't.
back in the other room. Go ahead and let her know. She can see it probably if she's back in there yet.
And
Making
the
eye
other
contact tonight.
seaweed like extracts, those seaweed green lip mussel extracts.
Oh yeah. KNC's agreeing with you over here. He says fish oil, omega.
It
Yeah,
has-
it's
It
good.
has to be pre-stoked. You can't take the old stuff because once it's past its use by date, don't fucking touch it.
Yes.
Okay, well that makes sense. I'm bad about that though. I would have eaten it 12 years from now probably if I'd have come back.
Get fresh batch from your farm.
Okay.
Don't get anything old and dusty that's been on the shelf for a year or two.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense when it's fish oil. I don't want to eat old fucked up fish of any
Who's
kind.
got-
No. That's
Has either of you got creaky knees? Do your knees
Um,
go?
No, not
it's on my hip.
that's certainly not anything that's on the, you know, really high up on either one of our lists of ailments, I don't think. And which I don't have many. I'm actually usually extremely healthy and stuff. Well, I mean, as far as, you know, actual problems, I'm not because I'm overweight and shit, but, you know, I don't get hospitalized. I don't get real sick. Typically, I'm only allergic to poisonous plants. I'm not allergic to, you know, pollen and dander or trees or grass or mold or, you know, any kind of food. I have zero food allergies or anything. It's only poisonous plants, but I have a pretty extreme allergy to poisonous plants, though.
Ivy. What? So what happens if you touch poison ivy? Do you just swell up?
Yeah, a breakout and a rash. I've had it so many times now that I believe my immune system fights it fairly well.
Yeah.
So that combined with me being able to spot it and stay out of it for the most part, and I've gotten really good. It's extremely hard, but I've gotten really good at not touching it, scratching it, and things like that. You know, once I do notice that I've got a rash or anything or something like that. So I would just spend a couple of weeks in agony, and trying to stay in the air conditioner as much as possible because it gets irritated by heat and sweating and stuff. But yeah. Oh God, it's brutal. I didn't know I was allergic to it until I moved to Arkansas and I was helping clear land where I moved to, and we were just clearing off land like just constantly all day long, cutting, ripping, burning, and I woke up in the middle of the night not long after I moved there, and we were into that just a few days of doing that. And I woke up in the middle of the night and I couldn't breathe. I couldn't see. And I kind of got really scared. I was only young. I think I was almost 11. I was 10 and a half to 11 years old. And I flopped out of the bed and I made my way to the bedroom door, opened the handle and crawled out into the hallway. And then I just kind of like rolled over and over, just banging my arms and legs against the walls and stuff and hollering. And I woke everybody in the house up and everybody was pissed off. I mean, it was the middle of the night and I'm banging on all the walls and screaming, in the middle of the hallway, and people are like, what the fuck's going on? They ran out. And I'm in the floor and you're like, what the hell? And then I guess I rolled over and they saw my face when they turned on the light. And everybody was like, what the fuck happened to you? And I was like, I don't know what's going on, because I had no clue. I didn't know what it was or anything. I just couldn't breathe very well. My throat was closing up and my eyes were swollen shut. And then that stuff started seeping. And then it just basically, it just kind of filled in the crack of my eye while I was asleep, and then it just sealed it shut too. So not only were they swollen, but they had that stuff that seeped in and bled. Yeah, so it was just my eyes were just totally shut and it was swollen and red everywhere. My throat was closing up. And they, they were like, oh, fuck, man. And they threw me in the car and rushed me to the hospital. And I, got a bunch of shots and stuff and found out that I was allergic to poison ivy, and pretty bad. But since I had no idea what it was or that I was allergic or anything, I'm sure I was real deep in it. Ripping it out by hand. We were burning it, so it was smoke just covering my skin and face and breathing it in. So I had it internal, external, in my ears, in my nose, in my throat, in my eyes, just everywhere. Horrible time, man. Horrible. And for the first couple of years, I would get it super bad, and I didn't have any control over not scratching it and stuff. So I would scratch it and bust those blisters open. They'd ooze everywhere and spread, and I'd have a worse rash the next day. And it was horrible. And I lived like that for a couple of years before I started realizing, that like, hey, stay out of it as much as you can. Really pay attention everywhere you go. And then anytime you do go somewhere outside, try to take a shower as soon as you get back and wash off good. And then if you feel any itching after being outside, I don't care if I walk out to the car and I know I was outside for a couple minutes or something, and then, I'll be itching and it's like, I'll scratch for a few times. And then if I notice, it's like, oh man, I got a repeated itch in the same place over and over. Why is it happening? It's probably that. And then I leave it alone and I just deal with the fucking itching like crazy for about 2 weeks. But yeah, because the doctors and stuff, they don't even want to give me shots anymore. I've had so many and so many shots and so many rounds of corticosteroid packs, or oral steroid pills and stuff. that they don't like to give it to me. Tecnu, I've used a lot of times. It only works if you know exactly what's going on, you know you got in it, you get out of it as soon as possible right away and go straight to the shower and use that shit. Yeah. If you know that you got in it and you're like, God damn, I just touched that plant, go home, wash with it, it might work. But how often does that shit happen, you know? I don't even know that I was in it usually, and I just end up with a rash a couple days later and it's on.
Have you used anything like Noxzema to cut down the itching and stuff like that?
I have used almost everything that I've ever heard of. I've tried
Pectate?
Oatmeal and that pink stuff, the fucking pink shit. I can't even think of his name, calamine lotion. But yeah, and that only works when you actually have a full-on rash and it's oozing and weeping, and that stuff basically helps keep it dry and dries it up, and it sticks to it so that it doesn't run all down your leg or something and create a big nasty spread. So at that point, you're already in trouble if you have to use that. If that's going to do you any good, at least for me. Some people, I know a lot of people that have just a really mild allergy to it, I believe, because they might get a little rash, but they're like, yeah, it doesn't bother me and everything else, and then go about their business. But it's pretty extreme for me. I hate it. Just a hypersensitivity to it. But yeah, I've had dozens and dozens of probably of shots and stuff, because I used to go outside all the time. I haven't in a while, but and I get it at least twice a year, no matter what. I'll get it walking, like I said, just walking through the yard, or somebody might be mowing and cut some a half mile away. I can't do anything without getting it. It's horrible. But yeah, and then if I notice I got a rash on my leg when I go to bed, I will wrap that leg in a towel or a sheet and hang it off the bed or something, and then if I have it on, say all 4 limbs, I will have each limb basically wrapped individually in a thin sheet or a towel or something like that, so that I don't bring my limbs in to my torso or something while I'm sleeping and cause more heat and sweat and and shit to spread and stuff. I've heard over and over people say that it can't spread after you get it. It's basically only while the live oil from you touching it, and then while you're out that day, you can touch it and then spread it. But I don't know. It's bullshit. I can take shower, and then the next day take another shower, and then the next day it's spreading. It's about the oil that gets inside those blisters, the uretiol oil that gets inside there. I think it seeps into your skin almost, and then gets pulled up into those blisters as your skin is trying, your body's fighting it, pushing it back out. And then I think when that seeping and weeping and stuff happens, it can actually spread.
So where are you now? Have you got a secondary? What sort of building are you in at the moment?
I'm just in the back bedroom of my house right now.
Oh, you're at home.
Yeah, this is one of our oldest kids' old bedroom. And they've grown up and moved out. So as soon as that happened, I took it over, and this became my reloading room. But then it quickly developed into a grow room as soon as the laws passed here in Oklahoma.
You've got another one of these locations somewhere else as well, eh?
Well, I have the other place that I do the lives from in town. It's about 7 or 8 miles from here, which is at my wife's dog grooming shop, because they have better internet there. So on nights when it's not really strong here, I'll just go there usually, because I know it usually works.
You got another set of those racks at the other place as well?
No. Only here in this room.
Standing racks for the dogs.
Yeah, I got a whole bunch. There's a whole bunch of like wire cages, you know, for the dogs up there. There's about 20 cages.
Dogs? You've got dogs
Dog
and
grooming.
cages?
Dog grooming.
Oh.
It's a dog grooming shop, so there are cages, you know, a whole bunch of individual cages to hold the dogs as they, you know, they're waiting
Dry
for.
and stuff for
Yeah,
wait
yeah,
for
they-
their owners.
Yeah,
So
Wait to
does,
get
is that
shaved.
your wife's business? Does she make
Yeah.
poodles pretty and stuff, or do you do that too? Or
yes, that's what
Right.
she does. I go in there and I'll help her wash and stuff sometimes, but I don't really cut hair. You know, I don't know what I'm doing as much, and I don't want to. You know, I mean, people are
don't wanna
particular
nick 'em.
about their animals and stuff. You know, you want to make sure you do a good job and please the customer. And you know, she has a couple that aren't very particular, and it's just kind of like a shave job or something. You know, and then I can help maybe and shave a dog, and then she'll kind of touch it up at the end to make sure it's all good.
what's
But
the
no,
name of
there's
that?
a lot to know. There's a whole lot to know about, you know, doing different cuts and stuff on them.
Oh yeah. A
You
lot.
guys,
to know about that.
does that business have an Instagram page or anything? Or
I don't think she has an Instagram page. I do believe they have a Facebook page.
oh yeah.
I don't know how
Do you
active.
get in the Facebook posts like you washing the dog? And,
Oh no, we don't have anything like that yet. I guess you probably could. But no, honestly, they're typically they're not always super busy, you know. But it's one of those things where it's like when it's time to work or whatever, you know, it's all work. You know, you grab the dog and you're washing the dog, and if it comes down to me basically having to be there and help out washing dogs or something, then they're probably so busy that they're not going to have time to really mess around with their camera or phone or something. You know, they'll be cutting a dog's hair while I'm washing another one and getting it ready and stuff.
I thought it might have been a bit of like advertising here, and you know.
Yeah, and she did that. Okay, yeah, she had a Facebook page and stuff before, but she had an issue with
Arsehole customer.
yeah, and they've been so lucky that because they've been in business a long time, and my wife actually she became a part of the business and a co-owner about a decade or so ago. But yeah, they've been operating for probably 12 to 15 years or so or whatever, and not had any issues. Never had a lawsuit or anything until just a couple of years ago, and some asshole brought their dog in hurt, and which we knew it was hurt. They knew it was hurt. And she did her best, and she tried to, she was careful with the dog and didn't hurt the dog or anything. But then when they came and picked the dog up, she was even like, "Hey, the dog is, acting like this leg is hurting it." So I was really careful with it and whatever, and I did my best and stuff. And then they took off the dog, they took it up, which the dog was limping when they brought it in and dropped it off. They knew it. And like I said, it was an old injury, probably at least a day or two. And then they took the dog to the vet, and the dog turned out that it had like a broken fucking leg or something. It was all tore up. They showed some x-rays, and we had some other vets looked at it, and they were like, yeah, this couldn't be caused by a dog groomer. This dog was ran over by a car. So apparently, like, these people probably let their dog out and it got hit by a car, it got hurt. They thought that they could get somebody else to pay for it. They took it to the grooming shop, got it groomed, and then took it straight back to the vet or whatever, and pretended that the dog groomer hurt the dog, and she had to go through a lawsuit. It was a screwy deal, and so she avoids some stuff like that now. It used to be wide open, as far as
make them sign a fucking disclaimer or a release form when they bring their dogs in.
Yeah. See, that's what I mean. That but it's a small town. It's small business. Everything was like I said, it's operated normally. With no issues for like 15 years because people understand, and most people, oh yeah, that was me back then. Most people, most people are good people, and you know their dog is hurt. They know they fucked up, and they're not gonna.
Oh, these scammers, man. These scammers all over the place. People that
All
jump
it
in
was,
front
it was
of
100%. It was a scam. It was something that they did or somebody else did or whatever, and they just didn't want to go and pay the thousands of dollars to get their little dog fixed up or whatever. So they hatched this little plan, and it worked for them.
Oh, you guys ended up stuck with the bill. Seriously.
Oh yeah. She ended up having to pay thousands of dollars for the fucking dog.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Especially if it's been shown. Oh, I hate those.
Yeah, but it was one of the things. I think the judge doesn't know any better. They don't know what's going on. They only know what's presented and this and that. And they were like, well, it looks to us like you probably didn't do this or anything, but we can't prove that you didn't. And judgment for them.
So,
film every single encounter with one of those hard drives, and then wipe it at the end of each month. There's no complaints. Wipe that footage and start again.
Yeah.
That is.
I forgot to plug this thing in, and it just showed me that I only had a couple percent. I just plugged it in, but I don't know if it's going to pick up, power faster than it runs out. If it goes off, I'll run and grab my other laptop, fire it right back up. We'll be back in 5 minutes or less.
Oh yeah, if you want. Yeah, I mean, it must be getting late. What is it?
I don't know. I mean, it's 1:30, but I feel okay. As long as my wife is all right with it, we'll keep going for a little bit.
Yeah, well, I'm not expecting my partner to call me until 9:30, so that's another 3 hours.
Oh, okay.
She calls me at 3:30 a.m.
It was a good shoulder on that dog. Yeah. KNC, he's been out in the country and shit. We live in a pretty rural area and stuff. That's what I mean. She's never had this issue because most people know. There's plenty of dogs that got ran over or all kinds of issues, and things happen all the time. And 99% of dog owners are okay, and they're like, yeah, we fucked up, or this just happened, and it's unfortunate, but they're not going to try to blame someone else to get them to fucking pay for it.
Or there's other people who just, that gets me going every time about anything where people try to do a lawsuit on grooming, because I've worked grooming too. And this lady I worked for, she was a real, I have used the C word for this woman. Don't normally use that word. And she turned around, and I was working for other people that she had given her shop to, and she called me up one day and said, "I need you to go to the lawyers with me." And I'm like, "What?" She says, "I'm doing suing the people, these people." And I said, "Okay." And she said, "Yes, you have to stand up and tell them what's going on there." And I said, "Well, what's going on there?" She said, "You have to tell them that the place was a filthy mess all the time with hair all over the place and everything." And I said, "Oh, really? It was, huh? You do realize that I was the one who was cleaning up that stuff, and it was cleaned up every day and all the way through, when you're shaving and everything." And she said, "The place had fur and everything on the floor. You have to." And I said,
man.
"No way."
No way. Fur on the floor at the grooming shop.
You want me to go there and say that?
That's what they do. They cut the damn fur off the dogs and it hits the floor. What do you think?
Yeah,
Oh, have you got it?
and someone's going to sweep it up right afterwards anyway. So,
No,
and it was
can
my
we
job to do it. Like,
refind
I'm
that?
going to go and say, yeah, I suck.
Yep, we'll
Yeah.
try it tomorrow.
I go to
I
work
did.
every day and make you see it.
Oh, no, I won't be able to. I won't know what to do with it tonight.
Oh, that woman tried to sue
Oh, yeah.
so many other people. It was ridiculous.
Oh, is Benjamin about to knock out the neighbor?
Oh,
Uh-oh.
shall I see if my thing works now, eh? I'll see if I've got any bars.
You need some bars?
Yeah, no, my neighbours just told me my Wi-Fi extender's arrived, and so I'm just about to test my Wi-Fi to see if
Benjamin's about to have the
my TV
internet upgrade.
working. Well, for the last 2 months, he got a new 5G. He got a new 5G modem, and the new modem, the motherfucking thing wouldn't reach over to my house anymore. So
Yeah, Kurtwood did get a lot of hair really fast, didn't he?
Yeah.
so
It came out like
I had to try this. We bought an extender, and we're just trying it out. Hopefully, this will work. I don't know yet. Let's see. Works or not. Apparently, I have to plug it in over here at my house. So he's going to give it to me in a sec. I'm just going to see if it's working.
That was kind
So I had
of
no bar. See, I use an Xbox on my TV to smart my TV up. Oh, come on, work, you piece of shit. Yeah, I might have to go and because this could take me a while to figure this out.
Okay.
Oh, Xbox can't connect. No, that's because there's still no signal. Yeah. It's still not gonna work. Right, let me see. Go over here to the settings. Check my system. Network settings. Still no bars. Still no signal. Motherfucker. Right. I need an expert. Still no signal. Yeah. Yeah. Do you want to pass? You want to pass it over? I'll try it. Here we go. We're going to try this new extender. Fuck, it's cold. Jesus Christ.
Does your neighbor want to be on YouTube?
Yep. He's just bringing it over to me now. I'm just going to see if this works. Yep. Yep.
You gotta have that right there on the top, and then a wave it after.
Yep.
And then it'll start and it'll stay green.
Okay, cool. I'll plug it in and we'll see. Thank you. I'm not holding out too much hope, but
always good to have nice neighbors.
yeah, no, I can't
I don't even
afford to
talk
pay
to my neighbors.
Yeah.
afford to pay for the internet. So
Benjamin,
I scared my neighbors soon after we moved in.
Benjamin's so big, he made the fucking neighbor look like he's part of the Lollipop Guild, man. He had to reach down there to him.
okay, so that's green. Power's on. Got no green light. Fuck. There's no green light.
Is there a purple light?
Nah, there's the power light's on, but there's nothing else. Oh yeah, here we go. Green light's fired up. W.
Yay for the green light.
Oh, I don't know if this is working or not. Like, It's a funny looking little thing. This thing here. I'm not sure if that's picking it up or not. I don't know yet. He needs to give it a second to boot up. Yep, that's what the neighbours said. So I'm just I'm looking at my Xbox and it's still got no signal.
Give it a moment. Takes time.
Still no bars.
I'm like Benjamin. I'm like, shit ain't working. Shit ain't working.
Patience. Patience.
She's way better with the computers and technical stuff and all that.
Still,
It's really awesome.
there's
She
0
taught
bars
me,
on there.
taught me how to copy and paste without a
No,
method the
no,
other day.
there's
What's up?
yeah, okay, so I've got a second. I've got 2 green lights. Still got no bars on my Xbox. Yeah, I've got 3. Yeah.
Is it raining? Yeah, it's raining. All right.
You'll have to come over. Can you send it to me on my Facebook? No. Send it to me on the messenger because I deleted that. I gotta go.
Okay.
Okay.
Fucking neighbours just yelling at each
Poor Ben.
Yeah.
No patience with the stuff. Let's see if I can see the baby out. Oh, hello. You're peeking your head out or what? You peeking? Or
So
is it?
when are you gonna come on somebody's show, Eric?
Yeah.
Eric's been around a little while. It's fun. Real fun guy. Well, he might be a guy, I don't know. Could be catfishing. Could be screwing with us.
Could be. I see your tail. Now the rest of you is curled up in that.
Well, after the bald spot comment, though, maybe not. I don't know. I don't know. There are some ladies with some bald spots, but I'm sure most of them aren't bragging about it.
Oh well.
It's unfortunate. Baldness attacks everybody pretty randomly.
Hey, I get it too.
Yeah, it happens.
I scratch a lot too, so
Oh,
2 big spots.
yeah, I'm still here. Are you saying? Are you acting
Hey, Todd.
like I'm still here, or are you just letting us know that you're still here? Either way, it's cool. And yes, we are here, bullshitting around. Nothing better to do. If you got nothing better to do, know somebody else has got nothing better to do, let them know. We can hop on in.
What should we
That's
bullshit?
fine.
Oh, I know. Another brother story. I was working at this place way out in the woods, and my brother and his friend came out to bring me home for the couple days I was off, right? So I come out and there's his friend, and I'm talking along with him. Some guy comes and sits beside him, and we're yakking away. I didn't know who this person was. It turned out to be my brother. He had shaved his face. And I didn't even recognize him.
Wow.
It was that striking because he had had a beard for years.
Oh, sorry, I almost missed that, man. KNC, good night, man. Appreciate that
Night.
too.
So yeah, it was amusing. They were laughing
Okay,
at me
yeah.
for a long time after that. I know, David's phone. I've seen this movie. Good movie. Have you ever seen? Think. Ruthless People.
Oh my goodness! I before anybody even says anything, or you explain it, I'd be willing to bet that most have not, but yet I have. Not like I'm better than anybody, but I've seen lots of old weird movies, and that's one of them. It's Richard Dreyfuss. Richard Dreyfuss.
No.
No, really.
This Ruthless People had Danny DeVito. What's her name?
After I sit there and talk shit, I'm
Bette
sure.
Midler.
And I mean, I know I've seen it because my mom had the VHS when I was a kid. But maybe it's just a different movie than. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I am thinking of a different movie with Richard Dreyfuss. I was thinking of Down and Out in Beverly Hills.
I've never seen the full movie, but I've seen parts of that one.
Okay,
But
now let me think.
Ruthless People is my favorite movie by far.
Oh, that's man, and I know I've seen it. I can even remember. I can hear the sound of like the song or whatever, and them saying that Ruthless People.
Yeah, basically what it is Danny DeVito wanted to kill his wife and hired this person to kill her. And then it goes south from there.
Yeah.
There's a killer hanging around and everything, and they're
so
trying to
stupid.
get money from these two people actually kidnap Bette Midler and tie her up downstairs. And they keep on trying to get money out of Danny DeVito's character. And he keeps on lowering the bar every time. He's like, well, you pay this. No, I don't think I want to pay that. So he goes down on the price and everything. It was hilarious. And with Danny DeVito and Bette Midler and Justin, was it Holt? Justin Reinhold?
Judge Reinhold?
Yeah, I think it's Judge Reinhold.
Yeah, the guy from Beverly Hills Cop. He was one of the guys. Rosewood.
Okay.
Yeah, I know Judge. He was one of the guys in Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Yeah, it was done by Zucker and Jim Abrams.
Okay.
David Zucker and Jerry Zucker and Jim Abrams were the directors.
Right on. But
Bette
yeah,
Midler,
I can remember that I did. Yeah, we had that movie when I was growing up, when I was a little kid. I was born in the early 80s. But so it was like, I can remember right around, maybe 1989, 90, right around that time, we had that.
Yeah,
VHS.
Ruthless People was 86.
Yeah, we had a whole bunch of James Bond movies and other shit. My little brother's dad had a bunch of VHS tapes.
I might be able to.
That shit was expensive back then. I didn't really know it or understand it, but it was like now looking back and at the prices and stuff, and it was like, holy cow.
Yeah, basically the same
You guys
as nowadays.
they had a movie collection, like back in the 80s, and it was like shit was super expensive back then. A movie was like $100 and some odd fucking dollars.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's why the video places charge so much and stuff for everything when you didn't bring it back and all that stuff.
Yeah, they were pretty pricey. Okay, here we go. I can share this. Just the over here. It's just the title song music.
Mhm.
Hilarious. Okay, got it down there to bring up, and I'll do her full screen and start her up.
Yeah, Touchstone made so many movies back then.
Yep.
Or at least, you know, maybe it was a larger portion of them because there was less companies probably. Yeah, and it was all really weird and wacky.
Yeah, it was amusing as they didn't have this all the way through, but this is just the start music. I like the animation because it's different from. I mean, at that time, it was extremely different from what they normally had for animated stuff.
Mm-hmm. Bill Pullman.
Hmm.
Yeah, so yeah, I was a little kid when I was watching this, and like I said, I was probably only watching it because you know it was a movie we had, and I put it in, and
Yeah.
I was left to
This
my
was
own
86 and
devices
you
a
were
lot
born
back
in the
then.
early 80s, so it would have been pretty.
Yeah, that's
And
probably why I didn't remember it as well as I thought. That's why I remember a lot of the titles and things like that from back in the you know back then, and it's like yeah, I know I've seen it, but I don't necessarily remember a whole lot
oh
about
yeah,
it.
until you actually rewatch it. If you've seen it as
Hmm.
a kid, it's a completely different ambiance when you rewatch. If you rewatch it later,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and
I need to watch this movie. I haven't, like I said, I haven't seen it probably you know since I was a little kid and don't remember it.
yeah,
So it's
and I
been
saw this when I was
30 years
first when
probably.
I was a teenager. It was.
Yeah, ruthless people, but yeah, I don't know why I was mixing that one up with that Down and Out in Beverly Hills, and I do remember a little bit about that movie.
I think
The guy was eating dog food,
yeah.
like canned dog food, and I think it was maybe Nick Nolte was that character, that guy.
Yes, it was Nick Nolte and
And he
Bette
was
Midler
homeless.
was in that one as well.
Yeah, okay, and see, maybe that was more why I was kind of putting it together, even though I didn't really know. Who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, that guy Nick Nolte was like homeless, and he ended up like coming into their house, and he was teaching the dog how to eat. I think like they opened up the can of dog food and like dumped it in there, and the dog wouldn't eat it, but then you know the guy was like, hell yeah, you know he was over there like eating the dog food.
Yeah, because he had been on the street for
Yeah,
so long. Dog
yeah,
food
he was like, hell yeah, I'll take that. That's fresh, right out of the can,
In-
good stuff.
in the 1980s, there was this thing about if people were really, really hungry and everything, they buy cat or dog food. Well, especially dog food because you get them in those big cans.
Mhm.
Or grocery stores would toss them out after a certain amount of time, and you know they're just in the garbage cans, so it's easy enough to pick
Yeah.
up, right? And that was at that time that was a sign of being poor, was eating
Oh yeah.
that. And yeah, it was people eating dog food was a real funny thing at that time. I
Oh
don't know
yeah.
why it was
Yeah.
funny.
I saw story. It's been several years now, but it was it was in the 2000s for sure.
Mhm.
But yeah, it was somewhere on the East Coast, Jersey, maybe something like that. But it was a court case or something though, and it involved an elderly lady and her daughter, I believe it was, and her daughter was like robbing her, taking all of her money and things, and her check, her monthly check from her retirement or her Social Security and everything, but her daughter was basically taking all of her money because she was in charge of it, with anyhow, she was in charge of her mom's money and everything, and was taking it all, and was literally taking so much and stuff, and not giving her anything, and was feeding her mother cat food. Her mom was living on cat food for I don't know how long this was, until it was found out and somebody figured it out, and brought it up and got her in trouble for it. But yeah, she was stealing all of her mom's money, drained her accounts, and then was still continually taking so much of her money every month, even that she was only, buying cat food and then feeding her she probably had dementia and stuff or something, who knows, and she was just feeding her cat food day in and day out. And, it's got the nutrients that will keep you alive. We don't need a lot to run. I mean, to live and especially when you're not working or doing it, you're just laying around, a little bit of fat. And
Someone being that horrible to, their
how sick is that?
parents. I mean,
to your mother.
mhm.
I don't know. I couldn't do that to a stranger, much
Let
less
alone your mother.
your mother. Oh, good God.
And stealing everything, like
Yeah.
Stan
But
Lee.
yeah, so I mean, she had the means to feed herself. She had the money coming in, but
But the
she
daughter
was
was taking it.
stealing it all and only spending enough of it on her to buy her, I don't know, kit and
Just
caboodle or
little
whatever the
things
hell it
here and
was.
there, and cat food.
Yeah, probably wasn't even Fancy Feast.
Stan Lee's daughter was trying to do all that to him. There's a whole bunch of stuff that was going on with that his daughter was trying to steal from him, and
Oh yeah,
he
the
had
stealing
someone
part
who
of
took
it, man.
care of the accounts and everything, and she was trying to go behind his back and get that. And then there was a court case where she was trying to say that this person was not supposed to be involved in taking care of stuff, and and she wanted her boyfriend to take care of it. It was a lot of hell, and poor Stanley, near the end, he was saying, I just want to die. I don't want to deal with this anymore.
Wow, you're talking about the comic book guy, right? Stan Lee?
Yes, the big guy. The big guy himself.
Oh, yeah. That's what I mean. I can definitely see, he's got enough money and stuff that somebody would possibly do that to him, but
And it's
it's
horrible. I
horrible.
mean, it's just,
And how shitty, you're going to end up probably, a multi-millionaire and stuff to begin with. They're just like, I don't want to wait. Just go ahead and hurry up and die and shit or something, I guess. I don't know. How shitty
and
is that?
she had been violent towards him too, physically violent.
Oh, that's horrible.
From what I heard. But I mean, to think of someone just doing that, I mean, it hadn't gotten to cat food stage or anything, but holy man. And Stanley passed away last year, I think it was. I met the man. He's a real sweetheart. And I was getting something signed for a friend, and I said, yeah, he does art too. And he looks up at me, he says, so is he good enough? And I said, he's up to snuff, which is one of their favorite sayings, right? And yeah, it was nice being able to just meet him even for a few moments.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, there was still that energy and everything, but you could feel that it was dampened. He was just a little, like everything was piling up on him or something.
Yeah.
But it was still nice to meet him just for those few moments. But,
yeah, I bet. That's cool.
Yeah. It's really, really sad what people do. It's depending on what we finish up at work. Oh,
Oh, okay. So he was responding to what I put. Okay.
get ready and schedule surgery.
Got
Surgery.
to run to the other room, grab a refreshment, and utilize the latrine. Hope you guys don't mind. I will be back in 1 or 2 minutes.
Okie dokies.
Man, holding it down for just a minute.
Yeah, I can hold
Let's
down
see.
the fort.
Let's see. Okay, I'll go ahead and take
Find
this.
something interesting to talk about.
Sure. Yeah. Are you show off your new lizard again, or?
Yeah, I'm trying to see if she or he. I'm not sure.
Or no?
This is a baby.
Okay. Here, I'll go ahead and
I
solo
don't
you for a
know.
minute while I run, and I will be back as soon as I can.
Okay.
Oh.
Let's see. Where are you?
There we go.
Oh, hello. Hi, Tonka. How you doing? Let's show you off. Come on, Tonka. Let's see if I can. Bottles. Nope. That's wrong. Oh, right in the dark. Section. Let's see if I can get some good light. Okay. Nah. There we go. You can probably see Tonka. I don't know if you can see my mouse or not on there, but I don't think so. But there's a big black thing, and Tonka's. You might be able to see Tonka's eye there, and the body. The little one's right there. Oops. It's weird how it can seem like they just disappear. Come on, Tonka. Let's see. Ah! I don't know if you were able to see Tonka there. Let's see if I can get a better angle. Tonka's going, what the hey are you doing, human? Yeah. Good. I'm glad you could see something because it's difficult to get a good angle here. And they really blend in with everything. But that's my little baby. She or he, or Tonka. Call the baby Tonka. Hey, Tonk. What you doing? Let's see if I can get her to come say hello. Hello, Tonka. Hi. You come say hi? Nope. We are not saying hi. No way, human. No way. No way. Come on, Tonka. Come on. Gonna make it squeaky. Okay, cat here, therefore.
That's you in 20.
Here we go, Monroe.
That's you in 20.
Ready? Ready? Ready! Oh, went over there. Good girl. I know how to get her going. Okay, let's see if I can get her to come up. Okay. She does really well at this hiding game. Let's see if I can get it to show here. Okay. I got it.
Oops,
Okay.
sorry. Shit.
Here. Sorry, I'm trying to get a picture of Tonka here.
Okay.
Ready? Go get it. Atta girl. Good girl. Let's see. Tonka is behind here. Close to underneath. Come on, Tonka. Good, Tonka. Good. Up we go. Up we go. Yes, get ready to bite me. That's a good little Tonka. Come here. I'll take this out. See if you can. Good girl. Go get it. Oh, it's in the box. Okay. Hi, Tonka. Hello. Here. See, she's really small, so I don't want to hurt her either. Hi, sweetie. Gotcha. Gotcha. Gotcha, Tonka. Sweetheart. Hello, sweetie. Hello. Hello. Okay, got her right here. Hey, Tonka. Hold on. Good Tonka. Here, Monroe. Go get. There we go. Baby Tonka. Watch her carefully.
Oh, yeah.
She's a good girl. There, or boy, whatever. There.
That's all right. She can be a girl, no matter what.
Yep.
You can be whatever you want. As long as you don't need to breed it, you can pretend it's whatever you need to be.
Yes, back in. Jump.
And there's no,
Good Tonka.
nothing wrong with giving them
And this one's from
whatever
Madison.
name, and then they might be, the other.
Oops.
I've seen
Yeah, you
Girl
just
Cat
named
and
them,
Larry, and
Okay, back up here, Tonka. No biting. Come on. I'm gonna put your stuff back in. Good Tonk. Good Tonk. I know you don't like this. I know. Hello. Good baby. You're a good baby. Yes, you are. Not even biting. Wow. Yes, hello. Hello, baby Tonka. Okay. Knows I don't want to hurt her, I think. Because she's not biting or anything. She isn't trying an awful lot of anything.
yeah, that's good.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Come on. Come on, Monroe. Go fetch. There. Are you okay? You're okay. Yes, you're not even fired up. Good baby.
Right on. That's awesome. Yeah, I just saw this. I was just almost thinking the same thing. It's like that's cool. It's calm and it's so small that if you keep it up, hopefully that thing will remain calm like that, and you'll never have a biting issue or anything. Most of the ones I've seen have been a bit bigger than that, though, and they'll chomp the hell out of anybody that tries to pick them up.
Because they haven't been trained yet. Yes, you know I'm not going to hurt you. Yes,
Yeah,
Tonka.
that one's nice.
There we go. Good Tonk.
Yeah, that's one of the species that I've not really seen or had any interactions with when they're not just almost like the mean animal. They're not mean; they just don't want to be dicked with.
Yeah. Hey, babe.
But yeah, they're
You're
tokay
not going to bite my
geckos,
face off, are you?
rock pythons. Let's see. There's one or two other species maybe that it's just like, man, I've just not seen very many that don't seem pretty ready to bite all the time. But that's a really calm looking tokay. That's cool.
Yeah, she's not even doing the gekeks. They start making this gekek noise when they're upset.
Yeah.
And she's pretty calm. Watching her body, she's easygoing. Hey, yes. She watches me carefully. Right, Tonka?
Yeah. I really do love geckos. I think they're really fun, or really cool to look at. They look like fun. They're I don't know. I say fun, and then I try to think of a reason why, but maybe they look like they're having fun.
They are quite soft. And she knows I'm not going to hurt her.
Yeah, they seem so delicate.
Yeah, and then they grow up. They have pretty big heads. But her head, this one's head is a little small. Hi. I can even touch her nose. Boop.
Oh, cool.
Nothing.
Awesome. It makes it even better, since it's their anniversary pet and all that, and it's even sweeter that it's so nice.
Yeah. And she doesn't do the funny noises or anything. Nice and calm.
Oh, yeah?
So you
No
just have
issues
to,
with the rock pythons, he said. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. I forget that I can just
you
kind of
want
bring
back
this
in.
up and
Okay,
not
there you go, baby.
mumble to myself reading out loud and things.
There.
Hopefully someday I'll get this stuff down a little better.
There. Now she's back in her home
I'm
and
totally not used to being
nice and calmly in here.
online on TV out in the open, showing my face and voice. Yeah, how cool. Yeah, there you gonna come out and play now.
Now we're licking about. Maybe I should give her a couple little crickets. She'll love that. Just a second.
Yeah, I've never
Stay
seen.
there.
I haven't seen a good disposition hardly on either one of those two.
No, most of anything you see on the internet is one going freaking going to eat your face.
Oh yeah, no, that I don't even go by that stuff. These are all like real interactions in real life that I've had through the years and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, no, and I haven't been around a ton, so that could be why, But I've only been around a few rock pythons, and most of them are pretty feisty, and basically, I think all the blood pythons that I've seen and been around and even really heard about most of the time are pretty feisty, especially as youngsters. And as much as I want, man, I'd really like to do Sumatrans. I think it is the dark ones, the really dark short tails. The dark ones with the yellow eyes or orange eyes. I mean, yeah, they're really nippy when they're young and stuff, and then they just always seem nervous. Even if they're not nippy, they're just like super nervous, which ball pythons kind of are too, but at least they're not huge and just like total flop fest, like.
Yep.
Blood pythons just seem like they're just always floppy, or anytime they want to get away, it's just a big old flop kind of thing instead of just wanting to cruise and move. I don't know. Which I don't have a whole lot of experience with them either, so I know a lot, but just from what I've seen a small bit of, and then heard and in some videos and things. But
Just
there's always exceptions and stuff like that. But I love blood pythons and short tails and stuff too. But the more I really think seriously about getting them and doing it, and I don't even I don't handle my ball pythons and stuff a whole lot either, really. Even but when I do, I don't want them just like flopping out on the damn ground or not being able to pick them up and stuff. They throw their body weight, yeah, and they've
Yeah, they
got
have
so
a
much
bit of
body
health
weight. I
score.
think even when they get jerky, I think is why it seems like so much of a flopping issue. But yeah, they're just big old heavy things that just seem to all their movements are fast and strong, but then they're big old overweight things. It seems like typically, so it's just big old clunky. And they slam the hell out of food. I know that.
That's all that right.
But yeah, I want to. I think I want them so much that I want to see some nice ones and calm ones or something, or have someone that knows more just talk me back into it because I wasn't this close to buying, but I'm this close to being sure that that's one of the species that I want to get maybe next. I was really looking at getting a Sumatran or two, probably between this year and in the next year for sure, like this year, next year, something like that.
Okay.
Oh yeah, hell, I would have got it out too. My wife probably would have too. My wife would have reached in there and got it and not got bit. I would have just like come out with the snake would have had me, and I'd have just had it dangling probably, and I'd put up with the blood probably, even though I'd jerk like a sissy. I don't know. I still, no matter what, I still get that scared kind of shocked. Damn, it's biting, it's striking, or whatever. I'll fucking jump halfway across the room half the time if I'm not really focused. Even though I'm not worried about getting bit or anything necessarily, I'll still reach in and grab these ball pythons and stuff like that. But it's like even little
Bring
tiny
this
ball
for you.
python, as soon as it's like, I'm like, oh shit.
Looks like a cave this way.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. That tends to happen a lot of times. That always pretty much happens with my wife. Anytime we go somewhere and somebody's got a mean snake or something, and that's typically the one she wants to see. Like hey, can I get this retic out? Can I get this boa out? Or Burmese and stuff like that. And she went, and they're like, well, that's okay as long as you understand. You're probably going to get bit. That thing bites almost everybody that gets them out. And she'll just reach right in there and get them, and then put it up to her face and everything else. And she is almost always, on point, has no problems. Like she's got this little, pretty good connection with them or something that they feel pretty calm, even though she's, pretty quick to, not quick as in just like snatch them up, but she has no problem just going and grabbing most snakes, getting them out of a cage or pick them up or something. Okay, what are we going to look at here?
I'm just putting this back up. Oh, is she getting them? There are crickets in the cage, but can't see anything going on except for Monroe being curious. Good work, Monroe. But she's not moving. Huh.
I was just reading the end of that. I didn't even when I read that comment a minute ago. This one here, and then I guess I only really read the first bit, and I was like, hell yeah, I would have reached in and got it, and that's typically how it works. And then I just never read at the end of it. When he got home, he got bit.
Okay, let's see if I can.
Tiger retics. I love tiger retics and super tigers. But even just tigers are amazing. I love the way they look. Always
She
have.
moved. Where'd she go? Oh, nope. She stays in one spot and you can hardly tell. Then she moves a bit. So that's
At one point,
Yes,
I came
Monroe, leave it
across
alone.
one. I believe it was at Prehistoric Pets in California, and this was in 2006, something like that. I saw a young, maybe only a couple month or a few month old tiger retic for sale there, but back then it was a few $100s, not extremely expensive or anything, but back then I wasn't prepared to spend $400, $500, $600 or whatever it was on a snake. And it was probably a good thing because I wasn't really ready to take care of a snake that big or anything either.
Just watching.
Ooh, almost lost them, huh? Titanium sun tiger. See, this was so long ago and stuff, and I knew the few morphs they had back then, and now it's just like ball pythons. There's so many, and I spent all those years basically between then and now not looking at snakes hardly at all or anything, and knowing anything about morphs for any of the,
You want to watch her here? She's
whether it was balls, berms, retics, or anything.
she is very amused.
Yeah, it's crazy how many morphs have been found for all the different snakes and lizards and stuff in the last 15 years or so.
Well, she's been boring. But I don't want her attacking anything either, so it's good.
Yeah. I really think reticulated pythons are pretty neat when you get a bunch of morphs and stuff in there. I can't remember who it was now, but there was a vendor down. Okay, I'll take you off of this.
Thank you.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I realized
That's okay.
just caught up for a minute, and then you were kind of like, oh, well, maybe I need to do something. So you want to see it again?
Show the
But
kitty.
yeah.
Show the
Yeah,
cat just sitting there going, what the huh?
Yeah, there was a guy down in Arlington that had he had a small table or whatever, but his he had a few display cases, and there was so many different colors and patterns and stuff that he had there. And I was just, kind of caught my eye, and I was like, wow, dude, you got a whole bunch of them there. And we talked for a few minutes, and he said, this is only part of one clutch. And he had, over a dozen different, visual snakes. It was like, wow, this one's this color, this one's that color. And then it was like, okay, and then some of them had this pattern or that pattern or whatever, and there was probably 20 different kinds, and it was all hatched out of one clutch. So it was just like you just see, one batch of eggs pipping, like 40 eggs, and there's literally like 20 or 25 different kinds coming out. It was crazy. I was like, wow, that's awesome. I almost was like, that was cool. I kind of want to do that. And I was like, no, I don't need 40 or 50 babies that are going to be 10 feet in the first year if I don't get them sold and stuff like that. But yeah, I was kind of blown away though, because they lay so many eggs. And then, if you get 4 or 5 genes in each parent, that there can be so many different combinations inside just one clutch. It was really cool. The ball pythons would be capable of that if they laid 40 or 50 eggs. There's so much diversity, but you typically only get 6, 7, 8 eggs. So you're only going to get a few different types per clutch typically. Whereas, when you get all those genes wrapped up and stuff, and then 40 or 50 eggs, and babies are coming out, and there's dozens of different types. It's cool.
It's amazing how many different types can come out too.
Oh yeah.
You like the lighter ones, do you, Eric? I love the Calvertics.
Yeah, me too. I
Um,
didn't know what that was until just a couple months ago, and I was like, "Holy shit! How cool is
Yeah.
that?"
Perdita.
Yeah,
And,
Pied Burn. I'm really
yeah.
starting to gain more of an appreciation again for Burmese pythons that I lost for a long time. As much as I appreciate, how big and cool they are, I never wanted one really. But now I kind of really want one. I've seen some of the cool morphs they've got there, and what was it? I believe it's a pearl labyrinth is what I think I want, which is albino, hypo, and labyrinth.
They are. I agree with you, Eric. I do quite enjoy watching. Monroe, leave that alone.
Yeah, I haven't watched a whole bunch of his shows,
Oh, I watched him
but
faithfully
I can
every
only
single day
imagine
for
if
3
I know
years.
there's so many morphs, and I mean, I'm sure he was probably in on a lot of the morphs as they came in, and then these snakes have so many babies that
Yep.
yeah. And Brian's got ridiculous
He has a lot.
collection, always has. He's a real key player in everything that's gone on in the
Yeah.
whole freaking reptile hobby over the last 30 years.
And some of his animals, Perdita, he got from his friend, frickin' hey, hold on a second. I'm gonna find this because it's gonna drive me nuts until I do. Nerd. That's it, Nerd.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, Nerd has been around since, I mean, the beginning of the ball pythons and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I feel kind of weird because I don't know a whole lot about what's happened in the last 10, 12, 15 years with reptiles and ball pythons and stuff.
I'm not as up on that as quite a few other people. There's a few breeders and YouTubers who do it that the big guys that I know of and have watched, but I don't know an awful lot of them.
Yeah, see, and the YouTubers especially, I don't necessarily know if their thing is basically YouTube first, and maybe animals second or something, because I know a lot of them from the old days. Like I knew who Ozzy Boyds was 15 years ago or more.
I had no clue.
I knew who Nerd was, like 17 years ago or something like that. And Dave and Tracy Barker, Tom Crutchfield, Jeff Ronnie with Boas, a bunch of those guys who are basically still around. And now, and they're all legends, obviously, and a lot of them kind of were even then, even 15, 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I knew those names and all that, and people and shit back then. And then I basically, and which I wasn't like a part of the industry or anything whatsoever. I wanted to be then. I knew I wanted to be back then, and I wanted to get in, but I couldn't. I had no financial. I had no way I was going to buy into anything. But yeah, and then basically didn't do any research or anything for all the years up until last year. And then all of a sudden was like, looked at snakes again and was like, wow, I'm doing it this time. I'm fucking doing it. You know, the prices came down so much. It was so reasonable versus what it was when I was looking at snakes from Nerd and VPI back in the early 2000s. You know, the pastel was $1,500 or whatever. You know, and what they had Spider was out and they had bees and stuff, and you know they were like $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 for like a 2-gene animal. You know, just for pastel and spider together, $4,500. Like, that's way far, totally out of the range. You know, it was like that was just never going to happen at that point. So I was just I wrote off ball pythons. I wasn't entirely interested in them necessarily anyway. I liked boas a lot more, still do, honestly. So I hope to get into some more species because these honestly aren't even my favorite. But the patterns and the coolness of what way you can do with them is, I think it's neat, and they take up less room than boas and stuff. You know, only going to take up like half the space or less than the boas do and shit. So, and I saw how many different morphs and things were around, and that $4,500 snake I could buy now for like $200. You know, like I'm still not rich or even well off or anything, but it's like I can actually do that now. You know, I could buy a fucking $300 or $400 snake. I can afford to do that. You know, let's try to get into it. And I started researching more and more and more and more, and then it was like, okay, and I started buying snakes, and I bought this first one over here. She was like $85, and then what was it? In the first week, I bought an $85 snake, and then a $400 snake, and a $500 snake, and then I bought a whole bunch more that were, you know, in between those prices and shit. And then after a while, I kind of realized that if I wanted to get where I really wanted to be, you know, which is somewhere, it doesn't have to be the very top or anything, but you know, I want to be somewhere with this stuff within a fairly reasonable amount of time. And you know, it costs money or it takes time or, you know, both really, honestly, no matter what. But you know, if you want to get anywhere fairly quick, you got to have a ton of money or something. And I was like, well, I need to do what I can. Really, I can afford to get kind of, you know, there. And so I realized that I kind of, even though it's an extreme amount of money for me, even though it may not seem like it, a lot of people they might like kind of look at what I've got behind me and stuff and think I've got money, but I don't. Like, this shit costs more than my house. You know, honestly, I live in a place that probably is worth less than my fucking animal collection. Even though my animal collection isn't like super expensive or anything, you know, my average is only a couple $100 per animal. But yeah, so it was a ridiculous investment for me, especially anybody who I would talk to around here. You know, my mom or anybody would be pissed off at me if I told them what I was doing, what I spent on it, and shit like that. You know, like it's so dumb that, wow, I can't believe you would do that. Even though they still might believe in me or whatever and shit, but just like, wow, what the fuck are you thinking? You don't have that kind of money, you know? Like, I gotta, yeah. Snakes cost more than my vehicles, everything. But like I said, I knew I wanted to do it. I started buying in low, and then I realized that I wanted to be somewhere as fast as I could get there, and that it was going to take more money and, you know, these animals and shit. And I just started ponying up the dough as much as it hurt, and I spent everything I have to get this stuff. So I'm pretty much all in, and it's got to work out. But it doesn't have to happen fast. We're not in a position to where it's like I'm going to rely on these things. When they start hatching out, they're not going to go hit morph market. Or, you know, I'm not going to be so fast to try to sell them. Some of them are, you know, the animals that I bought at the very beginning, about half of them are going to be producing mostly animals I don't necessarily need for the future. They will do some, but so some of them will be sold. But I don't need and I hope I won't need to sell them, so I won't have to rely on these things to actually get me by for quite some time, and then hopefully in about 10 years or so, I'll be actually making nice enough animals and stuff that it will maybe be my full-time gig. But yeah, wow.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, no, that's cool. That's totally cool. But yeah, there's my wife.
Should
Talking hustle and flow. Everybody got to have a dream. But yeah,
Yep, that's what made me.
I had them, and
pull
this
it up.
was one I had. Kind of growing up. I didn't really have a dream of breeding animals or anything growing up, but I loved reptiles so much that I would have loved to do anything for a living that involved them. And then, once I became an adult, I was like, wow, dude, I could get in and do this. I saw Aussie Boyds and stuff, like coming up.
Mhm.
It's like, this is happening. Look, this guy, these other people are buying snakes. They're spending a lot of money. They're risking stuff, but they're selling. It's obviously working. It was year in and year out or whatever. The shit was churning. Money was being made. Stuff was happening. But I had no money then. And I couldn't convince anybody to put any money into trying to breed snakes. What do you mean? Like, they didn't even understand that is a thing. That it was, other than maybe like a zoo doing it so that they could have animals to show off. It was like, no, people are making these animals and selling them, and and within a few years they might have a fucking mansion paid off. Like they're making hundreds, if not hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars a year off of what amounts to minimal investments. When you're talking a $40,000 snake, it sounds outrageous. When you breed it to 20 females and you create fucking $500,000 the next year on your $40,000-$50,000 investment. I mean, come on, nobody else makes money like that. And then you get to do it again the next year and the next year and the next year, and you hold back some of those, and then you're talking about multiplying the animals that you have. That's getting, come on, it gets crazy. And it's not like that anymore. But I do believe the money is still there. It is just spread differently. And it's going to take more work and more time to kind of get there and make that kind of money. But there's still people like Mike Wilbanks and Justin Kobilka and Aussie Boyds and a whole, probably dozens more who are doing very well. And it's just from this, just from like having some animals. And it's a love. Don't get me wrong. It's not like I'm just like, oh yeah, you're just gonna buy a bunch of animals and shit. If I didn't fucking love snakes and stuff, I would not do this. If I wanted to get rich quick, I would have got into pot. You know what I mean? I could have spent as much money as I've spent on this and got into a very small pot operation and made probably, if things went right, way more money, and right away, first year.
All you have to do really is get yourself a really good cookie recipe, and go selling. Set it up so that you have, that it's legal, and sell them over by the pop shops.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I always thought
That's what
that
happened
recently.
with the, some
The Girl Scouts.
Girl Scouts. Yep. Someone had the idea of doing that.
Wow. See, Eric B's already been there and done this.
Mm-hmm.
185.
But he had a wife that wasn't supportive, apparently.
Yeah. See,
That sucks.
he probably tried and worked at it for a long time, but you just can't. I don't think it can work without
One person's being
support
negative
and stuff.
Pulling it apart.
Yeah, 3 alligators. Holy crap. and monitors too. Monitors take a lot of room, and so do 185 snakes. Literally got back in November. Right on. I was I've only ever kept maybe a few animals at a time and stuff, and it had been a long time. But I finally got back in November too. But that is so cool, man. I'm glad. Holy shit. I can't imagine 185 snakes. Well, I can. I want to. I want to be there. I don't want to do it overnight, though. I want to build somewhat slow. I want to get there as quick as I can, but within reason.
And
The
without
money will
endangering
always
the
see
health of
this.
the animals
I
either.
agree too. I agree too. There's always going to be low, spots and recessions and shit like that. Things are going to slow down, but they're always going to pick back up. And like I say, the price per animal on some, on almost everything is gone way down. But there's still $10,000, $20,000 snakes being sold fucking every day, all day long. You just can't just like get a fire. Like back in 2004, a fire was like $40,000. But you could get a hold of a couple fires and start breeding super fires and sell each one of those for $100,000. And if you have a few of them, you can start making a bunch. But yeah, that's crazy. I have the price list from Mike Wilbanks from 2004. He posted it. It was or his price list wasn't, but he posted that, and then he posted some clippings from a reptiles magazine from 2004 on the wall in his shop. Let me see. Yeah, I'll see if I can solo this for just a minute and then show you. Oh, okay, I can do a little. Maybe I can do it. We'll see. And maybe it'll show up, and then maybe I can hold it still. Maybe you can read it. No, probably not. Oh, there we go.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and see, like, piebald, 12,000 for males, 10,000 for females.
Well.
But then that's just part of it. Let me see. There we go. Whoop. Damn it. Okay, these are the ones that are more impressive, especially thinking about it today, what they cost. Lavender albino pair, $40,000. Mojave, 10,000 for a male, 15,000 for a female, for a single incomplete dominant gene. Spiders, 15,000, 12,000. Pinstripes, look at that. Pinstripe, a gene you can get for like maybe $100, was $25,000 and $35,000 in 2004. And then
Wow.
the grail back then was the super fire, the white snake. 40,000 for a male, 60,000 for a female, $100,000 for a pair of fires, guys. This is a single gene incomplete dominant. That's not a super fire. You can see the leucistic at the bottom, inquire. So for the super form, which is the black-eyed leucistic, a white snake with black eyes, one was actually it was inquire. They were going to be probably over $100,000 for one snake. It wasn't, they weren't everywhere, so it wasn't like it was easy to make, but it's as simple as having two fires and putting them together. And he had those snakes, he made the snakes, you know, or whatever, and then they were so expensive, very few of them sold in the first couple of years. And because of that, he ended up with racks full of them. And since not many people bought them and made more, they didn't even, the price never even, you know, it didn't get driven down very fast. And I'll get off solo now. But yeah, the price didn't go down. He ended up with racks full of them. And he started making a shitload of those snakes within the first couple of years. And the price stayed high and the demand stayed pretty high. And people started buying more and more of them. And the price went down a little bit. But by then he had a bunch of them. You know, he's got racks full of those animals. He's able to make them by the hundreds. You know, and then once you get the super forms or whatever, then it's just super to super. Every single baby comes out, you know, with, you know, ready to be, you know, $60,000, $70,000, you know, 6, 8, 10 eggs, 60,000 a piece. And you got this whole rack, you know, and there was 6 or 8 eggs came out of each one of these damn tubs. All, you know, there's millions of dollars probably in one rack every year. For a few years as it, you know, slowed down. Pretty crazy, a little crazy. Yeah, it's extremely crazy. Yeah, that's wild. But, you know, and like I said, the enthusiasm and everything is still there. The money is still there. It's just not quite as simple and easy as how it used to be, but no problem. No problem, as long as you're willing to put in some, you know, a good amount of money, whatever, and the time and the passion, and keep going, and then with some luck, you know, you can fucking make this pay off easy, and over and over and over and over. You know, fuck, you don't have to necessarily keep putting the money back in if you don't want to, but the more you want to keep putting back in, the more you're going to keep reaping every few more years. Look at Pied Burns 2 years ago, $25,000, and now just a few grand. Yeah. But yeah, and still, it's still a few grand though, you know. Buy yourself 3 or 4 of them. Make fucking 50 of them a year or 100 of them a year. Even if they're only $1,000 a piece by the time you're making them and producing them. Fuck, you got 100 of them. If you can sell them motherfuckers, you made a ton first year, and then you get to do it again next year and the year after and the year after. And by the time you hold a few of them back, when you're 3 or 4 years in, you're multiplying the amount of, you know, it's exponential. So crazy. And that's why there's so many people though getting in. It's insane the amount of people that are getting in and trying to do this. And I think it's cool though, because the more people that hold on and keep doing, it's just going to be the faster, and you know that everything takes off, and we find necessarily not all. We're never going to know what all of them do, but find out what, you know, how more and more combos react and genes react with each other and stuff. It's not a bad thing, and there's still being more genes being found. What's going to be interesting is the stuff that Dr. Hannah Seidel and some, I'm sure plenty of others, but she's the only one I know of for a fact who I know their name, who's doing it. But that genetic testing with the sheds, that's going to be a total game changer. It's going to fuck things up for a lot of people and be good for a lot of people, and overall be good probably for the industry, but it's going to settle most of the volatility and stuff. I think, you know, where genes are, you know, like the stranger in mahogany, like one could be thousands of dollars and one's only a few $100s, you know, or a couple $100, or you know, not very expensive, but Yeah, like
Don't worry.
huge differences and could be essentially the exact same thing. So some people are profiting like crazy right now on something that could be, not necessarily any different than what other people are only making, small amounts from. And it's going to happen. A lot of them, I think, are going to be found to be exactly the same, or it's going to be so close that, it's going to have to be like really on that genetic level for them to be able to even say, well, it's different. But you're going to see that in probably 90% of the combos or something that it might do the same thing. And it's just theoretical. I'm just kind of shooting in the dark. I don't know shit, and I'm no expert on anything. But I do think it's going to be a lot like that. We're going to find out that there's a shitload of these genes that are out there that people think are different and have been selling as different, and a lot of times at different rates and costs to the consumer and stuff, where they've just come up with a new name. They've got the same thing, and it could be not necessarily a nefarious thing, or them trying to get over on somebody like, oh, I've got this same shit as that, but I'll just give it a different name. They could really think they have something different, and then now we're able to find out that now it is the same. But I do believe there have been times where somebody's probably had something and they're just like, you know what, I'll just give it a different freaking name and, sell it, and I'll charge 3 times what they get for this shit over here. And people will suddenly buy into it, and then all of a sudden there's this fancy new gene that's expensive or something, and until it gets sold and spread and bred enough and people see what it does, and it's like, no, that's the same thing we've already had. But you could have already made some money, and some scammers are quick in and out, and we'll take that. Not too many scammers are in for the long haul. And everything about these kind of snakes kind of is, there's almost no get rich quick unless you're just flat out ripping people off or something.
And you have to look at that as well if they're going so fast. Sorry.
Oh, no, you're okay.
If they're going so fast with the breeding, they are pretty much destroying their stock that they have in the first place by overbreeding and causing the females to be ill, because you should have some kind of, you want to get a fair amount of eggs from the females, but you don't want to do it so much that she's not going to have enough resources to recoup. And you can tell when people have done that, the youth suffer and their own animals suffer from doing things like that. That's why I like when you and everyone else who is in our group say, I'm going slow, I'm not going to speed feed these animals and make them chunky monkeys.
Yeah, and I am a bit responsible. I do that. I won't lie and say that I'm completely against that kind of thing or something. Like I said, this is something I want to do. I want things to happen as fast as I can. Right. I understand there are limitations, and I'm not going to do anything that's going to be really risky. But,
no, I don't believe you.
I'm not going to feed them every single 3 days. They're not going to get fed 10 times in a 30-day period.
Exactly.
And a lot of people are like, well, I only feed once a week, so they would get 4 times in a 30-day period. Mine tend to get maybe 6, sometimes 5, sometimes only 4. And if they don't want to eat every time, maybe they only ate once. And then it just is what it is. I'm not upset when they don't want to eat it. They're doing their thing.
You are a responsible pet owner.
And except for at one point where I was having a bit of difficulty keeping temps and everything just right. And I kind of thought I was. I could see it. I have things to monitor temps and stuff, and I look at it and I'm like, damn, I'm not being able to keep them all consistent. And that was more when I was using these old PVC racks. Not that is anything against PVC. It works good. But I kind of was just like, man, things don't seem to be perfect. I know they're fine. They're not so far out of whack that they're going to be in trouble or anything. But I noticed that my feeding went way down. Like Snake, I went from almost 100%. Yeah, she's going to go ahead and sleep for a little bit, but it's cool. We'll keep going until she's up. Yeah. I was feeding, and when I noticed that I pretty much knew that things weren't perfect anymore, my success rate on feeding day went down to around like 40-50%. And it kind of stayed that way for a couple weeks. and before that they were eating, I was getting like 90+ percent. They were almost all of them eating all the time, and then suddenly they weren't. And then I got things kind of back under control. That might have been back in, I believe it was February, when we got the storm so bad here, and all those people in Texas had such issues. Especially, we didn't really lose power, but we had to deal with the weather being so far out of the norm, super cold.
Yeah, and you had to take precautions against that as well. You don't want your snakes freezing.
Yeah, that's, I did, like I said, I knew nothing was going to freeze. It wasn't in danger of that, but like my floor level was super, it was so cold trying to keep the bottom snakes warmer, and I couldn't just crank up temperatures on my thermostat because it would have, almost cooked my top, the top end. Because with the single strip of heat tape, man, it's really tough to try to get a consistent temperature from the bottom rack to the top, even on just a 5-shelf system. It was way different, like several degrees between even the second from the bottom up to the top level. I was getting like 3 degrees, 4 degrees difference. And it would add like 2 or 3 more degrees into the bottom tub. So I tried to not keep them full until I just couldn't. I couldn't help myself and stop buying snakes until I filled the fucking racks completely up. But yeah, and then I noticed the ones that were in the very bottom almost never ate. I was having real issues with that. And then I was wondering, I started kind of rotating them through the bottom, basically to make sure that no snakes stayed there and stayed in a cool environment for too long or anything. And it was a real bitch, but we got through it. We got through the storm and all that. And then not long after that, like I said, I had the racks completely full at that time, and I knew something had to give, and I was going to buy more, and that I wasn't going to stop. So I started looking at, buying another 5-slot rack or something. And then I was like, well, if I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to fill that up in the next month or two, and then I'm going to be in the same damn predicament. And I shopped and figured out, what I could buy and all that. And then I looked at these, the ARS Freedom Breeder, stuff like that. I really wanted Freedom Breeder. It's really expensive though, and the shipping is kind of what really pushed it over the edge. It was going to be so much more, several $100s more because of shipping, whereas ARS was coming to the Arlington show that I was going to go to back in April 2021. I went to the show. I ordered this thing I called them in March, and they had a thing on their website saying it was going to be many weeks out or whatever. So I called, and I was like, are you sure you're going to be able to get this thing to me in Arlington if I order now? And this was mid-March. I believe it's Justin. Damn, I can't think of it now. And I feel bad because that dude was super nice. He answered the phone every time I called, helped me out in every single way. So awesome. That guy provides wonderful customer service for ARS. And he assured me that they would have no problem getting it to Arlington if I ordered anytime by within a month or something. So it gave me a few more weeks to think about it and stuff. But I placed the order, and sure enough, they had it ready. Went and picked it up, brought it home. It's a lot of work. Putting this thing together. I actually I watched some videos and stuff. I saw saw videos where guys were kind of cracking jokes and stuff about people putting them together by hand with a screwdriver. So I kind of decided to take it on and try to put it together with the screwdriver. And I put yeah, I'm almost stuttering here now. But I put several levels together by hand with a screwdriver, and my hand was so sore. My hands were aching. They were swollen in places, and it was a nightmare. Do not do it. It's not worth it. It's not even worth the pride. I'm so glad I didn't try to stick it out and do all 10 levels, and then my hands got to hurting so bad after like 4 that I think it was 4 or 5 that I did by hand. And then I gave up, and I just did it. I went and got a bit the next day for my little impact gun, and I put it together the rest of the way with the impact gun. And only screwed up twice, even though I thought I was paying enough attention. I put the little cover panels on 2 different times, one each time. And I put the damn thing in backwards so that the ventilation holes would have been over the heat side and not over the water bowl side. Are you doing okay over there?
I am having trouble.
I noticed that. I mean, it was no big deal. It wasn't bothering me or anything, but I was just wondering if, making sure everything was okay.
I'm just having some pretty bad pain fits here. So,
Oh no.
Yeah, and just close my eyes for a few and listen to everything that's going on. A couple times I did nod off.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
But I can still hear what you're saying. And
Oh, okay.
but
yes, I did say a lot of swear words during assembly.
that's okay.
Like I said, most of the time it went together pretty smoothly and straightforward, so it wasn't hard. So I wasn't necessarily cussing. I knew it was going to take a long time and be slow. But yeah, as I was doing it with my hands and pushing and screwing and twisting, and my damn shit was knotting up, and yeah, it sucked. And yes, shipping is crazy on something like this. It's hundreds of dollars to ship something like this. And from Freedom Breeder, it would have been even more. But when I contacted ARS, coming from Indianapolis to here in Oklahoma, it was going to be $272.50, I think.
Okay.
For shipping, and the Freedom Breeder rack was going to cost more up front, a few $100s more, and then the shipping on it, I think, was going to be like $600. So it was probably $800 savings or something for this over a Freedom Breeder rack. But honestly, I like it. I like it. It's a good product. Nothing wrong with it. I think they're good. But I think from now on, if I can, I'll buy from Freedom Breeder anyway. I was only impressed by, like I said, the man. Damn it! I fucking hate that I can't think of his name now. It was either Justin or Jason. And there's probably a Justin and a Jason there. I was told there were a lot of guys that work there with the name that their name starts with J. But whoever the guy is that typically answers the phone was amazing to deal with. The guy I dealt with at the show picking up the rack was not as nice. He was okay. I mean, I'm not going to say nothing too bad about him, but I don't have great things to say about him like I do the other guy who helped me on the phone so many times, who was awesome every step of the way. And then once I put my money down, the guy that I tried to pick it up from, it was like almost like putting him out to try to get his ass to help me and get it loaded up in my car almost. And like I say, he wasn't a total dick, but it was he probably didn't want to do it. Maybe he was waiting to see someone come by or talk to him. Maybe I didn't spend enough money with him. I don't know. Maybe one rack's not enough.
You need 14.
14. Yeah, I would love that, but that would be about $50,000. Or no, I'm sorry, about 40,000, somewhere in there.
Okay, my head is going too nasty now.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say. I mean, at first I thought you were just maybe kind of tired and dozing off, but if you're hurting,
Yeah,
I know you've got the
it's
fibromyalgia stuff. So
yeah.
if you need to go and take care of yourself, you should do that. Don't sit here and suffer just on any of our account.
I'm enjoying what you're saying though. It's hard to say. Oh, got a scoot and everything, but yeah, I
Well,
know this is.
I probably need to wrap this thing up anyway. My wife's probably sitting in there waiting on me if she's still awake, and it's probably about to be
Yeah, I haven't
irritated
seen a
if she
message
is.
from her for a while.
And if not, I've already gone too long.
And Eric's saying they have to go to 4 a.m. Gotta be up
Oh
at
my
9.
goodness. Golly. I love you too, Eric. He must love us to sit on here this long and put up with this.
Yay. I might
You
take
know,
some.
we're not that interested for sure.
I think I might take some tea and maybe do some streaming myself a little bit later.
Okay.
Maybe some stuff. So that'd be in about 15 minutes, something like
Well,
that. So
all right. Well, go take care of yourself and stuff. I may not be able to get on. I'll probably go in there and lay down and go to bed, but I may get up in a couple of hours. And if you're going to start streaming, you'll probably still be there in 2 or 3 hours. And if I wake up in the middle of the night, I'll be sure to hop on and spend some time with you.
well, it all depends on if the tea helps. If it
Yeah.
helps, yay. If it doesn't, I'm just watching strange stuff going.
Oh my goodness. Well, I sure hope it helps.
So do I. Usually
Oh
it
yeah,
does.
no problem, Eric. It's my pleasure. I have a great time doing this stuff.
Thank
I'm
you for
glad
being
Jerry
in
came up
here
with
and listening to Ledka and watching me half alive, half asleep.
it.
Justin
You
will
know,
tease me about this species.
yeah, that's why I think I've seen him poking fun at you for falling asleep a few times. And
Oh yeah,
I
he
think
loves
this is the first time it's happened like just blatantly, just right out. I think I caught one of your streams one time where you might have been sleeping, but it was one of them where I woke up in the middle of the night and I was like, oh, I wonder if anything's happening. And I was like, oh yeah, she's on. I clicked on. I was like, oh, she's sleeping. I'm just gonna go back to bed for you. But yeah, I haven't had it where I was actually just sitting here and you or anybody else is just talking, and next thing you know, I just see Ed's leaning down, and I was like, oh, she's not picking her head back up. I think she is sleeping. But yeah,
trying to
it's
keep the
no
heads
problem.
from
It's
falling off
cool.
or
It's no
sleeping,
big
one or
deal
the
at all.
other.
Yeah, I didn't know you were hurting so bad though, so I want you to go take care of
No
that.
one ever knows.
Hopefully
That's
it'll work for you.
yeah, it should work. The juices that my sister gets works better, but this normally works. The puffer thing works for a little bit, but not long enough.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, that stuff is rough. I don't think I know anybody that has it, but I've talked to a couple of folks about it a little bit, and it sounds like something that's no fun at all to have to deal with.
It's not. And the horrible thing is that you get tired of being tired and sick and everything, and everyone else around you gets tired about it as well. And sometimes people start to think, oh well, they're just BSing it because they're fine, and then all of a sudden, snap, they're not. It's
Mm-hmm.
really hard explaining to people what exactly happens with it. I mean,
Yeah, Yeah, well, that's understandable. You know, I know some people who, they have all kinds of things wrong with them, and who knows whether they do or not because they're not really diagnosed and stuff necessarily. But yeah, I know fibromyalgia is a real thing, and it's nothing fun to
Nothing
deal
to
with.
laugh about. That's for what the hey? What did you do? Girl. For a moment, I thought she jumped up to the top of the
If
thing.
you're
But
still here, Eric, be good night.
Oh.
You can go ahead and go. He probably just went in and took off. It's probably my wife that's still here. Yeah.
she
I
got
see
into
it
the.
there.
They lie in the 20 some gallon tank. Is that a 20 or 40? Anyway, the cat's like sleeping and playing in there.
Huh. That's
It's
funny.
interesting. I have to clean out the rocks and stuff sometime, but they just love jumping in there and lying in there. I might just put some cat grass in there or something.
Yeah, that's funny. That's silly.
But both of the girls like doing that. And they like sitting there and looking out of the tank. It's like maybe they're trying to be like the geckos or something.
Yeah, I
The
don't know.
geckos have one. Maybe this is what we like too.
Yeah, I don't know. That's one thing that I'm not a really big cat person, but they do have some kind of neat things about them. You know, the
Yeah.
curiosity and stuff that they have that other animals don't have. It's kind of neat.
Hmm. And we have when I don't know if you saw one of my last Instagrams on the Sherryland Mad Cat one, where I had Watson was playing with the Bailey and trying to play, but I didn't get the part on there with Bailey smacking the crap out of the dog. It was like, I mean, it didn't have his claws out or anything, which is good, but it was just there. He's a whap, 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 whap. And
Oh
Watson
yeah,
like, oh yeah, yay! Run away, run back.
yeah. It's crazy how fast they are and stuff. You know, it's like,
Oh,
and then they do
God.
that. You just see a little blur. That little hand smacks them 4 or 5 times. You know, and it's like, wow.
Yep,
Yeah, cats are crazy.
they are. I love
They're
them
quite
so much.
interesting.
But I love mostly all
I
animals.
wish they didn't tear up everything in the house. That's the
Ours are
main
pretty
thing.
good, except for Puma likes to soften up here on the
Yeah,
chair.
they always
It's like,
doing this and and reaching up. And I know it's just natural. They're just doing what they're
oh yeah, she knows where
programmed
the
to
scratch
do and
points
stuff.
are.
But I just don't like it when you're just ripping everything in the house up and
Yep,
and
there are
sometimes,
some cats
sometimes
like
they
that.
start spraying and marking and stuff. And
That's why I get mine neutered and
one of the
spayed.
last things we had in the house, I really hated that thing, man, because she would just like get into the laundry, and would just like get up into the laundry and you could catch her and she would just look up right at you and just squat down and just unload a full bladder full of pee right into your clothes, and just look at you while she's doing it. Like, yeah, you see that? What you gonna do about it? Like, it's like there's a litter box in the other room and and then instead you're just over here just unloading, pissing all over our clothes, all in the carpet. She would pee all over the place. I hate that cat. She's still outside. I still feed her. I don't like her though.
She.
But yeah,
So
so
she
I mean,
just does
I like
that in the
outside cats pretty well, Cats that live outside, stay outside, around barns and stuff and keep the rats down and stuff like that. I appreciate those kind of cats, Cats that live in the house and destroy all the furniture and pee all over the house and make things stink and stuff.
That's
I'm
a
not
problem.
fans of those. But I do like
I
cool
know
cats.
there are some that even if you have the kitty litter just completely cleaned, like they say you should have 1 kitty litter box per cat and an extra for in case type of thing. I don't know where in the house you're going to put all of them, but
Yeah, we typically had 2 when we had more than 1 cat in the house, but
yeah, we have 3.
even then they didn't care. You know, that one didn't, especially. You know, she did not care. She'd just go and like right
Did
there.
you get her
and
really,
you could
really young?
catch her. You could catch her doing it, or before she's doing it, and you know, and she'd still just, and she'd like kind of claw at the, you know, the clothes and like mash them together where she was, you know, almost like a dog that's gonna lay down, how they do the circle, and it almost seems
Yeah.
like they're, you know, making sure it's comfortable or whatever they're doing and checking for predators and stuff. But yeah, the cat would like knead at the clothes and then it
Did you
just
get
it's
this
all
cat
over.
when it was really, really young?
Yeah, she was young when we got her. Not extremely young, but it was still a kitten. You know, they
Approximately
were small.
4 or 5, maybe 6 weeks.
No, well, maybe, but probably
Yeah.
maybe
Because
6 or 8
I
weeks.
have found that the ones that are younger, the younger you get them, the more chance you have of stuff like that happening. And training them right away with the litter is a big thing. And we've
Okay,
had
yeah,
times where we've
you're okay.
tiny.
My wife remembers things
she's-
better than I do most of the time.
Oh, after her mom moved out. So
Yeah,
she
it was my
probably
daughter's
upset.
cat.
Yeah.
So that, I guess now that I think about that, that might have been part of it, you know. But
Yeah. And
but I didn't
sometimes
like
if the
that
litter
shit.
isn't quite clean enough for them, you know, there's one little extra piece that just, well, clean, but, you know, one little extra piece that they're not crazy about. It's like, what the heck, cat? But I've very seldom had that kind of trouble. We had trouble with the two, with Bailey and Puma having a war for seniority.
Oh yeah.
Because after Akane passed away, there was that niche, and there was some trouble at that point of time. But then, you know, once everything got settled out, there was no problem. But sometimes there is that problem, and I had never had that problem before that. Oh, wait a minute. When I got, what was her name? This one cat was brought into me when it was about 3 weeks old. And, I mean, it was a nice gesture to get the cat, but 3 weeks old is 3 weeks old, and it right away was, you know, not liking the litter.
Oh yeah.
But then it became an outside cat anyway, so there wasn't a problem with it. But
Yeah, I've dealt with that. Like my grandma mostly did it, but I've had to help her and stuff. You know, if she had some outside cats and stuff, and then like you know, she was out on a farm, so something might happen to the mom or something, and it was like, holy cow, my grandma would take the whole litter of kittens and be bottle feeding them for 3 or 4 weeks until they finished them off, and God, it was so much work. It seemed like, you know.
It is. It's a lot of work, and when you have a dog with puppies, it's just.
But they
the
were
same
always
with
outside cats and giveaway cats and stuff again after that. So I'm not sure how they would have acted being, you know, away from their mom and raised by humans from a tiny age.
Yeah, it does make a difference, and it does make a difference too on how much you know about cats and how they do things and everything. I've known cats all my life and been able to watch behaviors and stuff like that, but I also watch what's his name, the cat daddy, damn it,
I don't know that one.
a second. He has cat daddy. No. There we go. Jackson Galaxy. His name is.
Okay.
And he knows pretty close to everything about cats. And watching him, I like watching people who are really good with the care of the animals and can show you this is what they do for this. Like I
Mhm.
like him. I like a couple of. I like to watch the dog ones, but I don't have any special person who does dog stuff that I like. But there's quite a few on the net and on TV that I've liked watching because I know what's going on with the animal and inside their brains.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you're tired and you want to get off.
Oh well, a little bit, but
That's okay,
I more need to.
huh?
You know, I kind of need to. You know,
Yeah.
I need
So,
to go spend a little time with her and stuff before we go to bed.
well, of course, you want to spend time with your lady. She's a wonderful person.
She really is. She's amazing.
I think so too. I think
Yeah.
so too.
I'm
So-
so happy you guys you had your 23rd anniversary too, though. That's so cool. I've been kind of thinking about that all day. That's a really cool thing, and
Yeah.
I can't wait for me and my wife to hit that.
How many years is it with you two so far?
12?
12?
Or well, shit! You're gonna get me in trouble now. My memory's not so good. No.
We have the 23 years plus 5 years of being together beforehand, so 28 years altogether.
Oh, okay, right on. Yeah, we've been together 15.
That's good. That's
15, or maybe going on 16 now, and married 12, I believe.
Okay, so it's probably you two have already got
Oh,
9
nine.
married.
9 married. Sorry, no, we got married in 12. That's the damn golly.
Sorry.
Wah, 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 wah.
Hey, you want to have fun? You can.
15 together. I knew that
Yeah.
much.
That's okay. You forget that. I messed up my
Right.
husband's.
I forget everything.
What was it?
Luckily for me, I guess I forget everything, so she maybe understands a tiny bit. But
Yeah.
that's something I shouldn't be forgetting.
When my husband David was going to propose to me, he had accidentally put some papers, bills, or receipts in the wrong spot. He had kept them hidden from me. But this one bill was in the wrong spot. And he said to me, "Oh, we need to clean that up and everything." And he was in one of these clean up everything snits, right? So I'm cleaning up that area and I find this receipt. I'm sitting there looking at it going, this much money paid, this much money owed. That's a lot of money to owe for something from, a jewelry shop. That better be a ring for me or he will have a death on him.
Yeah.
So I took it and I went over to him and he was playing a video game. I just took it and put it in front of his face like this. So I was just right in front of his face. He's like, "You're not supposed to see that." Grabs it. "You don't remember that." And it's like, oh.
Yeah, right.
Then he proposed to me. And I said, "Sure, I have nothing else to do." Just ruin everything for him because he had wanted to go out to a park and have a picnic, and then he'd give it to me and I'd say, "Oh my gosh, thank you so much, we're getting married, yay."
Yeah.
That type of person. No. I have to mess things up for people.
Yeah. That's all right though. That's cool. Obviously, you guys were meant to be together.
Yeah.
That's really neat.
Otherwise,
It's a quarter
there's a few
century.
things I did that would have had him leave. Beforehand. Oops. You don't say things to your friends. Never.
Yeah.
I said something that got to his grandmother.
Oh.
And And then his grandmother came up to visit, and she made a crack at the supper table. Oh,
In front of everyone.
I almost lost a boyfriend.
Mm,
It's like, how'd it get to grandma?
yeah. Yeah, you never know. You never know who's
You never know.
listening, or who might know somebody that you don't know that they know, and they're going to tell them, or they know they're going to tell some. Yeah,
Yep.
just don't
And it gets
say
all the way
anything
back.
to anybody.
Yep.
Well, be careful now. You can't even just say it to random strangers on YouTube because somebody could be watching.
And then you get in trouble because someone didn't know. No.
Yeah, but okay, all right. We better go ahead and
Time to
call
run
it.
away.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah. Go ahead and go have some tea. Hopefully, it'll give you some relief, and you can enjoy the rest of your evening. And like I said, if I get up here in a little bit or something, I will be sure to try to sign on.
Okay. Thank you
See
so
you then.
much for having me on. And thank you so much, Mrs. Ledka. Love seeing you in the chat and everything. Take care. See ya.
Bye, everybody.